and Rookie got killed. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 293. Someone on YouTube asks, what is Halo really about? Now, this video came out last year in September. It's by a YouTuber by the name of Letter Daze. Now, let's just read the description of the video together, because I think we need some background info here. Okay. So here we go. She loves the game. Everything's great. But despite this soft spot, there are some things we need to talk about, mainly Halo's views on religion and the politics around it, both in-universe and here in our mundane reality. Is Halo Islamophobic? Is Halo fascist?
What?
And then all these ridiculous amount of references for, I guess, homework. So anyway, she likes the game. Okay.
But the thing is, like, you could maybe make an argument.
Oh, it's
you
a
could
she?
maybe like make an argument about like authoritarian, because like Oni is super shady, but like not fascist. Like the UNSC is not fascist.
Well, she'll
Oni
get into
is
that.
super shady and oppressive, but
Anyway,
they're generally still on the side of the good guys.
Let's learn about her YouTube channel. It has less than 1,000 subs. We don't care how big or small, but let's just read the description. Letter Daze is a communist YouTube channel dedicated to furthering class consciousness.
No.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I'm not even done yet. This is the best part.
You know, I only when they came up with race consciousness is that I understood what class consciousness really is about.
Really?
Just to rile you up against other people.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you want to dismantle the patriarchy, this is one way to do it, I guess. And
yeah, you have to invent the patriarchy before you
that's a good point.
Fight it.
So this was the first part of the sentence. And here's the last three words. And encouraging revolution. So not only does she want to teach us about class consciousness, exactly what that is, I don't know. She wants to overthrow the government. Usually,
complete insurrection and subject us to a communist dystopia.
Okay.
Great. I've had that before. I've had that in my country already.
Usually,
But neo-Nazi is bad, right?
Well,
Is she on the side of the rebels in Halo then? Like, does she sympathize
that's a
with the
good
rebels?
question. I don't know, but when we're talking about announcing what you are and what you want to do, it's like me saying, I want to show off the books written by Adolf Hitler, and I want to destroy some synagogues. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. So that's pretty much what she's trying to do here, only she's on a much larger level. Of course, talking about video games. Perfect way to do that.
Is she aware that the Nazis and the Muslims were allied?
No, it's okay. Anyway.
People, that's that people aren't ready for.
Yeah, so here's the rest of the description. This is great. Whether we live up to those ideals or not is up for you to decide. So we're going to determine what she thinks. That's great.
Okay.
Regardless, Ellie and Deanne endeavor to provide thought-provoking video essays and hope you enjoy them. So this gets better and better. So we're going to go to her I don't know which one is this. Ellie's Twitter. Okay, here's Ellie. She, her, they, them. I'm a communist, and you have to deal with it. Married to
oh my god,
Divine Digital.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you how we dealt with communists after we got rid of them.
Okay, so this is
her bio.
This is her Twitter bio. Here's Deanne or Dean, whatever her name is. Queer communist married to.
So are these multiple people or something?
These are two people.
What the fuck?
And the second one, this is Dean's Digital Divine or whatever. She started her YouTube channel in 2019. She has 0 videos and discussing about politics, the world, and various other matters of interest.
Hold on. She's got 0 videos.
Yes.
Even I've got more videos, and I don't even post on YouTube anymore.
Well,
Yeah, but
I have a video. I have a video of me just walking in the park having a go at communists. I'm doing more for my side than she's doing.
Yeah, heavy breathing.
Well, maybe it's like private videos. Who knows? We're not sure. Anyway, she has a witchy twist to whatever the hell she's trying to do.
Oh god.
Anyway,
It
gets better.
So she's a
what's the nonsense
witch, a
called?
witchy communist.
Yeah, it's
wow,
fantastic.
A witchy queer communist.
What does that even mean?
It gets better. Okay, so this is
everything you will find in the insane borderline radical left potpourri.
right. So here's
Like Smud is reading
is
all of this, and
everything,
I'm just thinking,
including
like,
this
what
Wicca
mental asylum is he reading the patient?
I'm just
list from?
thinking,
Like,
you
what
know,
is
you know
happening?
something. DC's really struggling for new Batman villains, aren't they?
Red Letter Daze. I was
Yes.
gonna make a joke about Red Letter Media, but it's just too obvious, and why would I bring that up? So here's Red Letter Daze, their Patreon. They're making $33 a month, or sorry, no, $33
All right.
per video essay. I'm not sure how that works out to subscription model or whatever. But if you read the about Red Letter Daze, I've always wanted to be some kind of video producer or journalist, preferably both. There is a naive and romantic image of myself going out into the world and revealing truths, or just simply capturing an image of what I see in the world and being able to show that image in such a way that people can see what I see.
Then do it and
okay.
don't stay in your room.
This
Out there. Take a camera with you and a microphone and interview.
This is manifested
Yeah,
in a want to make videos to foster understanding, promote class consciousness, and encourage revolution. Oh, one of the biggest hurdles in a
So you aren't a journalist. You can never be a journalist because you have an agenda.
Yeah, one of the biggest hurdles in accomplishing any of those three goals is the tight control the ruling class has over media. Like, you're right.
You are the ruling class. The left. The left is the ruling class over the media. Everything. We have on our state news media that was conservative
She
20,
wants to
30
do
years
team
ago.
kills.
We
She
have
wants to overthrow
gender
herself.
bullshit. We have your bullshit that you made up about my medical condition on state TV. Taxpayer funded,
all right.
or rather extorted in that case.
Don't
journal
don't
model
bring up
is a bit worse.
taxpayer-funded TV until you live in the UK with the fucking BBC.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's continue.
God.
This
They
is,
are literally the wokest of wokes. Why don't you work for them?
Big black
She'd be like,
clocks.
yeah, well,
she'd be like,
I know,
head
I
of
It's just-
propaganda. I mean, head of diversity
Yeah,
in like a
well.
week or so.
so with billions of dollars at their disposal, they can control the conversations people have. They can control what questions people ask and have the answers ready when they ask them.
Yeah, but that's the left.
That's the left.
Luckily,
That's what the left wing
It's
do.
literally the left. What are you talking?
luckily, this internet
about?
age has provided
It's
some
your
measures
side.
to combat this media control through accessible platforms
The media's
such as
on
YouTube.
your side.
You are 40 years too late.
Capitalists,
40. She's
All
she's-
these people are stuck in the 60s and 70s.
capitalists will sell us the rope with which we, well, you know.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How old is this person? What, 12? Which is like,
I don't want to know.
Mentally.
She wants to end
Mentally,
herself
yeah.
in Minecraft.
So she's going after capitalists, but she wants money. Okay.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
let's.
You
I
have a
think.
problem with capitalism? Go into the woods, start a commune.
No. So
Do it.
this is a 27.5-minute video. It will take some while to get through. Most of it's just rambling.
If she's gonna bring up the rebels and sympathize with them, that would be hilarious. I
Oh,
hope
it's
she does it.
it's a weird
It
take.
would be so funny.
It starts off innocent enough, and then it just goes into weird territory. So
I hated this video because it starts off like an episode of Red versus Blue, and I thought, wow, how original. People haven't been doing that for nearly 15 bloody years with Halo characters.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, Red vs. Blue is still ongoing.
oh, jeez.
I don't know if anyone
Oh,
still
yeah.
watches it though.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I watched one episode.
I don't think the maker is still involved. I saw an interview with him, and I don't remember on which channel. It was either Rekieta or the Gypsy. I don't remember.
Anyway, let's get one super chat out of the way and get started. Here's Vladimir
Hi,
Dragunov.
Mike.
Do we all have? No, it's Vladimir. Do we all? Happy birthday! Of course, you had it yesterday. Happy birthday. Do we all have fresh bingo cards Ria, and that's 4 spaces filled already. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, her description nearly fills out the bingo card. I just realised that.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right, let's get going.
It's full of.
What have I agreed to today? I thought, you know what, I've not been on Smudcast for ages, and I thought I'd dodged quite some bad ones. And I'm just coming to this, I'm like, oh my god.
That's a bullseye. It's just everything. At least she's open about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but those are the worst.
It's just absolutely everything. All that's missing is some Zodiac stuff. Because everything in those bios is make believe. Everything in there is belief and religion.
I'm a queer communist witch, and I believe in the science of everything. Oh, by the way, I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm a bit feisty.
I like this. Prefers they them, but she her is fine. Okay.
Well then
Okay.
She doesn't rip your head off.
How can you say no? But how can you
That's
say
an
I prefer
improvement.
they
You
them,
could say that's an
but she
improvement.
her is fine. But then again, you could also call me he him or me. See, I can just call you whatever I want. Well, shut the fuck up then. There's no point telling people.
It's about how you feel, Hawk.
I feel like I'm going to throw up. To be honest with you.
Well, let's start the video and see how we do. We might not even go through it because it's kind of
Should
silly.
I refer to you as your persona?
Yeah.
My persona?
Yeah.
Oh,
I meant the commie girl.
they're both commie girls. Don't worry.
You surely have both surely have personas.
They're gonna help the revolution do something. I don't know what, but you know.
The best thing about that revolution is that even if they did organize it, it'd be over by 4 p.m. because they go, oh, it's a bit chilly. We might have to go inside and I've got to drink me soy lattes and stuff like that. Starbucks closes soon. You're like, good revolution, guys.
Anytime you ask, and this is if your kid is falling for this communist bullshit, the basic question to ask is, okay, you had your revolution. What happens now? What happens after the revolution? And you play through that step by step. And if ever your kid refers to some other authority that will do that, no. You wanted a communist revolution. You wanted to get rid of all authority. So you tell me how it looks. And how does this work? And how does this work? And how is this problem? And this problem.
You and Big Chungus 2478 are now running the government of your choosing. How does it look?
Or the lack of
help out.
Yeah, or the lack of a government. How does that work? How do people organize? What do you do about crime? There will be no crime? How? Why? Psychopaths aren't a thing?
No.
So if in case somebody doesn't want to play ball, what do you do about that person? Oh, you use force to remove that person from society. And where do you put that person? Oh, in some sort of confinement.
In the ground.
Okay, so you have a prison and you have a police. So you already have a government. Okay. So because someone has to tell the police what is okay to do and what not. And who makes sure that person is the decisions of that person are fine by the rest of the community? Like, what the hell? And so on, and so on, and so on. And suddenly, these people, every time you ask them, well, what should happen? What should happen? And what is in this case, in that case? Every time, all they do is restart society from zero, out of absolute chaos and anarchy. And they rebuild this exact same kind of society that we always had as a species.
With
Exact same structure.
Layer at the top.
Anyway, let's.
But it's bad.
Let's
get into it.
Here's 2 mic tests.
Watch the video.
Super chats just because.
There's 2 mic tests for super chats.
So I gotta go through those. Hawk, the lady was from episode Smudcast, episode 224. That was with Jill, the actor who did combat training or whatever, or choreography, whatever.
Yeah, Mike. I don't know how to tell you this, but I did actually realize who it was on the stream that you asked me if I remembered who it was. But thank you for telling me again. I'm not going to forget it now. So you can ask me in 6 more months.
And in Mike normal style, he responds to himself. Smud, Hawk was right. It was me who chatted first. So
Okay.
Thank you, Michael. That's
I
great.
remember
yeah.
what I wanted to say.
Uh-oh.
What it comes down to is, and it's gone again.
Oh, come on.
Write
It down.
You need
Write it-
more
Wait,
coffee.
just write it down.
Give me
Open
a
up
minute.
Notepad, write it down, and come back to us. Okay?
No,
Write it down.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
dude, my brain's not working anymore.
Okay, have some coffee, relax. Okay. Anyway, let's get started. It's gonna take a while.
All right, it's back. It's back.
Oh,
So, communists, you're trying to sell me an idea. You're not doing a very good job at it. If you have to force me through a revolution, that's probably not a good idea. If you can make me want the idea, then it might be worthwhile. But you never manage that. And every time you force the idea, the world turns to shit. Not because of anyone else, but because of you and your policies. And it's always the same policies. There's about a dozen core policies that communists always enact. And the moment you get 2 of them in, I have to look up the list, I have it somewhere. The moment you get them in, one makes things a bit wonky. The second, and your country starts crumbling. You see that in the South African states. That was just instant mess. Venezuela as well.
all right. Thank
I
you.
have to look up what those were, but anyway, bad ideas.
Thank you, Wisp.
You can't sell them to me there.
Anytime we need, any of you guys really can talk about the horrors of communism in any capacity, so I don't think we need to pick and choose. But thank you anyway. Let's get going.
They ruined the Hungarian football team, and I'll never forgive them.
Oh boy, the
Oh,
joys,
continue.
the joys of communism. Let's get started, please. Let's go.
Do you ever wonder why we're here? Existentially, physically, politically?
When I was 12,
Me
No.
either. Sounds
How
like
do
a
you
bunch of smart
politically
brain
wonder
nerd
why you
stuff.
exist?
I busy my mind instead with what nature intended, basic pattern recognition, which causes me to wonder about some things. Like, for
So existentialism.
instance, the Halo logo. Does it imitate the Islamic star and crescent?
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Not even a little bit.
Okay. Right. Seriously? Come on, guys. We're
She's already
professionals.
going back and forth.
We're professionals. Yeah. Let's not laugh at quite clearly retarded statements. Let's just pretend
How are you not supposed to
for
laugh
5
at that?
seconds.
that is insane.
I know it's insane. I'm actually trying
That
to
is
keep
insane.
myself.
It's not even the right. It's not even turned the right way around.
I'm gonna
Wisp-
blow
Wisp-
your
Wisp-
mind with this, okay? Look, the Halo
Wisp,
symbol
we're not
is
a minute in.
halo.
We're not a
Stars
minute
in
in.
recognition.
It's
It doesn't
not.
matter.
It's not
It's
It's
not
a fucking halo, like the
Halo.
name says. It's a shining ring above your head. It's not the Islam symbol. You retard.
You know what? The
Right.
best I can give it is a Dyson sphere because there's a star in the middle. There's something circling the star, certain
But
angle.
also,
Dyson ring.
isn't that the wrong way? Most countries who do have that symbol have the crescent moon the other way around.
I think she's
Yeah,
rotating
the
it.
crescent moon. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the
think
other
so, yeah.
direction.
Yeah, she's just rotating it.
So
Maybe she's trying
so
to
she's
make it.
rotated.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Parallel.
rotate anything to look like anything, then can't you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Your pattern recognition is broken.
I mean,
So
the
all
same
this, so
thing
all
she
this.
could
So wait,
have
hang
done
on.
is
So she
could
just
have-
said, "I use my brain to think about pattern
I
recognition,"
don't think she
and the very
uses
first
the brain.
pattern that she shows isn't a pattern. It's just her forcing a pattern. So she's wrong. Well,
She's
she's
projecting.
wrong. 1 minute in, we're
Like the same-
pretty much done, guys. Good
See?
Smudcast. Yeah, she's wrong.
It is-
Exactly.
so
How
that
are you not
means
supposed to
this-
laugh at that?
Geometrically, you could say this is an actual projection.
The same
in a
thing
very
you
bad
could
way.
have done here that
But-
she did is you could have taken the logo and said it looks like a C.
Something tells
You
me.
could have done that too.
Something tells me she doesn't have the capacity or the know-how to do fast Fourier transforms and do projections. I really don't think she has that capacity.
One is an O. The crescent moon, however, is usually used as a C.
Yes.
Do you get the difference
this
between a
is-
C
this-
and an O?
This is that
Maybe-
one meme that corporate needs you to find the difference between the two pictures, and she just
Yeah.
saves the same picture.
Oh, but it's open at one spot, so it must be a C after all.
I,
Dude, that depends
The- the
entirely
thing-
on
the
the
best-
fucking font.
the best thing I can tell her is, you know when you said I don't spend my time thinking about where I come from and why I'm here, I think about patterns. Well, you failed at the pattern thing. Maybe you should go back to thinking about why you're here and what it means.
Yeah, and if you wanna, she brought up the pattern matching, pattern recognition shit. My God.
Yes, well,
If you want a dick size contest in that, I'm autistic as fuck. I mean, seriously, I only know one person who had more points in the indication test, which isn't. Sorry, got a call. Which isn't a diagnosis, but it's just an indication thing, and there are very few people who score that high because my pattern recognition is just bonkers. And the thing is, when your pattern recognition works well, it makes good connections. It figures out the world that way. That is a very technical way to go about it, because normally your subconscious does all that. You're not conscious of all the stuff your subconscious does. It's kind of in the word. With us autists, it's kind of as if you scrape away that first half millimeter of the subconscious, which is a few kilometers deep, according to Jung's metaphor. And we have to, it's great, we're aware of that stuff that's going on down there. Problem is, we have to do all of that manually. So, or rather, we have to filter that manually. So, I see all the fucking patterns around me, and that can be quite overwhelming. So, sorry.
All right, it's okay.
So, in order to get that right, in order to get things right, that's lifelong training. That's why autists are so fucking good at pattern recognition and logic, because that's what we keep doing. Communists are the opposite of logic. If communists were able to use pattern recognition, they would abolish their fucking idiotic policies and bug fix their fucking system. However, then it would fall apart because it just can't stand on reality.
All right,
There's no ground beneath its foundation.
I've also just realised something as well. I've just looked at my empty pint glass, and it's got a chip in it. Now that makes it look like a crescent. So is my pint glass a symbol for Islam?
Yes, it's a relic of jihad.
Wow. What I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to fill this back up again, because this is going to be a long video.
Definitely.
All right. Let's get.
What about like Batman Arkham City? You find those weird signs those weird, they're like half circles, right? Is that Islamic as well?
Oh yeah, like the symbols of Saint Dumas.
The Riddler
with,
trophies.
Azrael.
The Riddler symbol. The Riddler symbol is the symbol for Islam.
Oh my god.
Last thing
The Riddler.
last thing on it from me. What she's doing is not pattern recognition, but she makes emotional connections and mistakes that for logic. Because she can't logic. Most of these bitches can't logic.
She's literally just made something
there
up
is a
about
logic too.
a flag.
So, there is a logic behind emotions, behind feelings. That is there. That logic can still draw the wrong conclusions. You can have a 160 IQ. You can still draw the wrong fucking conclusions because the error in your thinking is so deep, nobody else can even find it. You would have to find that yourself. And that is why your galaxy brain project keeps failing. And you may be so obsessed, maybe out of some ego thing about it, that you just can't see the foundational error in your own thinking. But she's not a galaxy brain.
Well, we haven't
She's just
established.
emotional.
We don't even know what she is yet. We haven't gotten that far in the video. So let's keep going.
I've seen enough from the description.
Oh,
this is a 101.
We can figure
It's
the
a
rest out.
communist esoteric girl 101.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But we got to read through some super chats, and we'll keep going to see what else she has to say. So, Mike Testa, write it on your handy dandy Hawk therapy book. I Oh, when I asked Wisp to write stuff down. Okay, I gotcha.
Mhm.
Hawk
There's a lot of blank pages in my therapy book. So you've got
Here we go,
plenty of
Wisp.
space
Here's
to
a
write.
big book on nothing. All right, great. Vladimir Dragonov. Random unfounded religious connection has to be a space, right? Yeah. It's a space
Hey,
connection.
the bingo.
Now, when people make these kinds of connections that are not really there, we talk. We can refer to that as either paranoid or schizoid delusions.
Okay.
This is mental. This is just mental. She's forcing a connection.
Here's Mike Test again. It only took 18 minutes to break Wisp with idiocy. It took 30 seconds of the video, so don't worry. We're
Yeah.
Hussar Zve. Thoughts on the non-aligned?
I don't have much of a nerve layer that is left to. I break very easily these days.
Here's a question for Wisp. This is from Hussar's Way. Thoughts on the non-aligned movement?
I have no idea what it is.
I have no idea either. Is it a political thing?
Is it the
faction
beige
against the
aliens?
aligned movement?
Is that the beige aliens from Futurama who when an asteroid is about to hit their planet, they go to alarm beige?
Hussar, I
Because they
want
don't
you to
know what to decide.
I want you to message Wisp on Discord. Okay, I'm sure they'll be happy to check it out for you. No, I want to know what the hell that is. It sounds like a math problem, but anyway.
The non-aligned.
Here's Gaming Ranger. Hey, cool. It's a Greek symbol that became Christian, represents Western society. If anything, also says CE was influenced by 9/11 when they released Too Close to Be. CE.
Oh, they released Halo 2 too close to 9/11? Or Halo 1? Or what?
That was a run-on sentence. I'm not sure.
I have to
isn't that
point
the
this
first
out
one?
real. I have to point this out real quick in chat. Criminal Imagination said the riddle was for Allah all along.
Oh,
Mashallah, Batman.
Yeah, like when Batman touches it, it shocks him. It's like, it's for law.
Oh.
Oh my.
Tyler Preston, this is going to be
Bismillah,
one of those
Batman.
days. Pops open the beer. Okay, good sir.
yeah.
Let's get going.
Yes.
I've actually done that right now. I've actually got a beer out. I was sticking to Coca-Cola, but now it's beer.
I'm going beer shopping tomorrow, guys.
Sorry.
Oh, I just can't wait. Anyway, let's go.
Or is it simply a coincidence? Surely the
Yes,
Halo
it's not
logo
even a
is intended to
coincidence.
refer to the titular Halo Ring, a ring world that doubles as a galaxy-destroying superweapon. If that's the case, why is it missing a section, and what is the dot in the middle supposed to be? There can be no doubt
Why-
whatsoever that the Halo games borrow heavily from
It's a symbol to
Also, you could make the
designate it.
argument that the logo is missing a section because over the course of the story you destroy the ring.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, it's just a symbol on a map to designate where it is. That's a
Yes.
symbol that they choose.
Okay. I'm going completely.
Why does the English flag have a cross on it? The country's not a cross. Well, yeah,
I'm
no,
going
it's just a symbol.
Completely naive and oblivious. to this.
Oh,
I'm just gonna ask: Is that intentionally, or did the Halo logo just happen to be the Halo logo, and for whatever reason they stuck with the O?
there definitely
as
like
a
is like
shorthand.
religious references in the series. Like it's
Yeah.
intentional.
But that's still you still can just use that symbol as a shorthand for the entire logo. Like you could use the H, but it's probably not as good. And you notice, oh look, well Halo ring. Oh, let's use that letter. Oh yeah, we had that weird
Yeah.
font. Yeah, so what? It's iconic.
Yes.
It's really simple
Yeah.
to have iconography in your stories, in your visual presentations that represent a thing that's has another representation, like the real thing that you're
Well,
pointing to.
it's a very simple logo because it always fits the O, and like I said, like every Halo title always has the O be the Halo ring.
Right.
Because
Which is
it's just the symbol for the series.
that's pretty standard in most media in general. I would say use their own titling
Well,
and in an interesting way.
Well, the Mass Effect logo has a line because it's the planet,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Which
So-
is just a generic planet. There's no real reason behind it. It just looks a cool line.
Cool.
But that's the I was going to talk about Art Deco and Art Nouveau. That's an Art Nouveau curvilinear line, and that's the motif of the architecture, and as well as the ship design of lots of the Mass Effect series. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it means.
And like with Dragon Age, it's always a dragon logo.
Right. Exactly. Which is
It's very simple.
the medieval style of drawing a 2D dragon. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Which then, by her logic, must obviously be a reference to pagan mythology or Christian mythology with slaying the dragon and stuff, and blah 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 blah.
Okay, here's
Possibly.
the machinist. Thank you, sir. I don't care if this ring is God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop. Let's get tactical, smud gang. Okay. Yeah, we want to shoot some aliens.
Big in Johnson quote.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Johnson quote that fit for us.
Anyway, I don't mind asking these questions. It's how you get to the answers, or how your thought process
Yes,
works.
I picked the wrong day to stop taking pills.
That's like twice now, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
If anyone gets a reference, you'll know what I'll be saying later on.
anyway, we're past the minute mark. Let's keep going.
Heavily from the games are literally called Halo, a reference to artwork where golden
No.
rings
Yes.
can be seen on top of people's heads to represent a divine nature or a saintly status. Further, the games are set amidst a war between a coalition of aliens united by religion and humans who seem to be largely secular.
Just like the first two editions, it's a science fiction story based around a shoot-'em-up video game.
You're basically like a super soldier and you kill aliens, but I like playing the...
Yeah, that's
What
it.
is this
Yep,
clip
that's
supposed
it.
to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Hey, bro, do you
Something
like
else?
playing Halo? Yeah, man, I do too. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
man,
that's
I'm
it. It's
shooting
like-
the aliens,
Wow, that was
man.
a-
You play
was a great
a
voice.
space marine who shoots aliens. Yep, that's it. No,
It's a simple
no,
gist
no,
of it,
it's
yeah.
about Islam and it's about religion.
Yeah, some
Like,
people
just-
don't even play the story. They just go straight
Exactly.
into multiplayer.
Now that's the
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing about Halo. There is a giant piece of lore. There's all kinds of great music. There's all this other stuff for people who appreciate those things. If you want to pay attention, you don't have to.
Bro, I just
I hate to break-
shoot the aliens and look at the naked blue babe. I don't do anything
I
else,
hate to
man.
break the religious obsession here. Yes, in the English language, the word halo is usually referenced in order to describe the holy light around the holy figure's head. Yes, but in German, for example, we do not use the word. It is derived from Greek or from Latin, and just describes essentially the well, not the corona, but a similar phenomenon that you see around light sources, like the sun, or certain lens effects can do that, and yeah, that's it essentially just means ring of light
know, but
in a way, or disc of light.
The
or
definition
something.
they're using, I don't even think is in the game. Like there's a holy person with a halo surrounding their face or their head. Yeah, that's a reference to Christian mythology, but there's multiple definitions for a word. If you're not using the right definition, why bring it up? What's the point?
Well,
Yes,
the
exactly.
naming sense with a lot of things in Halo is that it's very simple. Like the assault rifle is the assault rifle, and so on. Like a lot of things, like you immediately know why they are called that, because either they aesthetically look like it, or they like do something that has something to do with that name. So the Halo ring
Yeah,
is called a Halo ring because it's a ring that shines like light when you activate it. It's
the ring
that simple.
ring.
Yeah, Halo is not that complicated. I don't know how to break it down to people.
All right. Anyway,
Like you could argue some of the books, like with the lore, is complicated, but the games themselves, no,
Yeah.
they're simple.
anyway,
Well,
let's go.
books are different to games anyway. So.
Play other people and just try and kill each other.
The religion of the Alien Covenant is central to their motivations, and so is a pivotal element of the Halo games. This religion is treated as a mystery at first, but over time, the games and their tie-in media revealed more. That the religion of the Covenant is based initially on misinterpretations and eventually on intentional misrepresentations. They worship an ancient and extinct alien race that littered the galaxy with monuments and devices. One of the most revered of these devices is the Halo Array. I don't wish to bore anyone with an extensive detailing of the dense and convoluted greater Halo narrative. Though know that these revered ancient aliens are known as the Forerunners, and they created this Halo Array to cleanse the galaxy of a parasitic life form known as the Flood. Once the Flood was defeated, they seeded the galaxy with life from a massive space habitat called the Ark. The Flood, the Ark, like the Old Testament story of Noah.
Yes, it's
Wow.
intentional.
No, subtlety is not one of Halo's strengths. Anyway, the Forerunners desired to select humanity as the inheritors of their legacy. In essence, humanity was to be the chosen people. The Covenant hierarchs, however, believing the Halo Array to be the gateway from which to begin a so-called great journey to salvation, and only realizing after some time that the Forerunners they worshipped preferred humanity, began lying about the Forerunner legacy and sought to destroy humanity.
Yep, nothing special here.
Not again. Emergency generators, now!
Shielding failed. They're down and charging.
As soon as they're up, re-establish contact with Lord Hood. Let him know.
All of you vermin, cowering in the dirt, thinking, what, I wonder, that you might escape the coming fire? No, your world will
He moves
burn
like a Saturday
until its
morning villain.
surface is but glass, and not even your
I'll get you
demon
next time,
will
Gadget.
live to creep, blackened from its hold to mar the reflection of our passage, the culmination of our journey. For your destruction is the will of the gods, and I am their instrument.
So the games, especially the original trilogy, are about humanity defending itself from a genocidal holy crusade while attempting to stop the Zealous Covenant from activating the Halo Array and effectively destroying the galaxy. Also, the Flood comes back, because there needed to be a second enemy faction to provide a plot twist, raise the stakes, and allow for greater enemy variety. You understand.
I don't understand.
Ah!
Have you ever played a Halo game before?
No.
Excellent.
Have you?
Now, tell me what this thing is.
I'll call them
Wait,
bug.
hold on.
They hide alone.
Hold on. Have you ever
What
played
is
a Halo
happening
game before?
right
No.
What am I looking
Excellent.
I don't know.
What is happening?
Wait, so he's going, great, I hope no one's played Halo, so I can probably lie about what happens, and...
Well, I mean, so far the info was accurate.
Also, is this a woman, by the way?
They're
Like,
all
is
women.
this-
It sounds
is
like
this
it
like-
sounds. It sounds like a.
Nah.
Is this like part?
Like someone
is
who
this part?
transitioned.
Is this part
Right,
of the
okay.
channel? Is this character part of the channel? Like who?
Oh,
Who is this supposed to be?
Part of the Halo
Ken,
franchise.
you're asking the wrong questions here.
The guest appearance
matter.
is a person named Valium Sad Femme. So that's her.
Is this character? Is this supposed to be
Valium
this person?
Sad Femme.
Yeah.
That name is a joke, right?
I don't know.
Oh my god! Video.
I only know
But
so
my,
much.
my main point is, what is Halo really about? Have you ever played a Halo game before? No. Excellent. It's like, so you want the people, you want to talk to people who've never played Halo before.
Well, I guess
why?
you can make an argument with someone who doesn't know anything, so they want to say, "What is this thing?" And they'll ask them a question like, "I don't know. What does it look like?" And we get the guy off the street sort of response. You can do that for an argument to see the level of intelligence or the level of popularity of something, depending on your argument.
Yeah.
So you can do that, and that's what they're doing here, which is fine. It's just weird. It just looks and sounds weird. Like you could just ask Bob or your brother or whatever and say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Like, I don't know. Like, that's great. So the average person doesn't know Halo, even though it's super popular in gaming. Even though everyone who knows gaming knows Halo. So.
Yeah. You ever own an Xbox? Halo.
Gears of Halo, modern COD, GTA.
Right. Anyway,
I'm still pissed at Microsoft that they took it away from us and had to and forced Bungie to rebuild it from scratch for their shitty console.
Wasn't it 989 Studios that developed it or published it?
What?
What were the developers?
I think in the beginning it was Bungie.
Oh, okay.
This is the only name I remember.
Oh, 343. Sorry, it's 343.
3-4. Yeah, I was about to say
343. They took over in 4 and the rest.
All right, let's keep going here.
Yeah,
360.
Yeah.
Halo is my area of expertise. I'll be watching. Oh boy, don't get your hopes up, sir. Mike Testa, I'm sorry for a second. It thought he said the FUD. Okay, the Elmer FUD.
Is it a he or a she?
It's a she.
I don't know. I don't care.
It's a she.
It sounds like a lefty who transitioned and instead of getting proper speech therapy, started to use the gay voice.
I mean, I'm not trying to get hang up on that.
They are lesbians. They are both lesbians, right? That's what we went over.
I'm just giving my expertise. Okay. This doesn't sound like a woman's voice. This doesn't sound like speech therapy. This sounds like a guy who tries to sound like a girl by speaking nasally.
Is that a girl or a guy? I don't care.
Wait, hold on. That's
okay.
Why can't guys who just why can't we just talk a bit more higher like this? Or just keep a bit of a nicer, gentler voice.
Oh God, Hog is trans.
That is a female.
That is honestly better than what this person is doing.
Hog, stop turning.
All they do is talk through their nose.
Wow, you sound like an American.
Yeah, I'm a communist.
Get her, dude.
Oh, you guys.
Anyway, here's Fran Mataraki. That looks like a bimbo-fied Furby. Ah, you're kind of right.
Oh my God, I can't unsee that now. I can't unsee it.
Take a Furby and turn it into an anime character. Yeah.
I know what Hawk's Googling tonight.
Yeah.
It's Furby Rule 34.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Here's Kyle Rocket. Why she look like Wolfie Chew if she got electrocuted? Who is Wolfie Chew? What is Wolfie Chew?
It's a YouTuber.
Oh.
She's like, she has like a wolf avatar and she has a really high-pitched voice.
Oh, God. Well, this one's a computer-generated one, so good luck with figuring out what the gender is.
Yes, that is how we do voices when you can't hire somebody to do a voice, or you have no friends.
All right, let's just go.
Let's keep going.
They hide in mountains to avoid humans, but if a human were to ever get close enough, it would tear their eyes out.
What the hell happened to her fingernails? What the frickin'? The leopard spot? You know what? Let's just keep going.
It twitches and creaks as it moves towards the player. They are the guardian of the quest MacGuffin, and players know them for being annoying but not noteworthy.
Through this conflict between
What was the point of that? Yeah, I have no idea.
It was just someone talking about not knowing what the flood is, okay? What was the point of that?
And then saying what they thought the flood might be. It's like, okay, cool. Anyway.
Is this because Christian symbolism bad, or like what is she getting on? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, like I don't understand the point. It's like, I showed a person that doesn't know anything this thing from a game.
Well,
they said,
well
they
then,
told
guys,
me what they think it
there
is.
is no point.
Like, okay.
Welcome to
Maybe you're just shit at explaining stuff.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, let's keep going.
Here's,
also, hey, Halo Wars.
Here's Mike Testa. Right on the money side, that's clearly a dude. Oh, so you're saying it's a dude who transitioned to a girl, married another girl, and then what? I don't know.
And then became a lesbian.
They became a lesbian.
That's what happened.
I'm a lesbian trapped in a dude's body. Is that the whole? joke?
Fuck you. This sounds funny. There's so much mental bullshit going on that this is usually the moment when a real therapist would say, okay, you have too many issues, I will not diagnose you with gender dysphoria because there's too much bullshit going on in your head and your pattern recognition doesn't work right, you don't understand yourself, you don't know what the difference between emotions and logic, you don't know what the fuck you're even doing.
Let's not try and psychoanalyze any of these people because it's not worth our time. And
I
please.
stopped trying to
I don't care.
analyze
Okay,
any of these
I'm just
people.
giving you my expertise on the trans shit.
Okay, all right, that's true.
I've seen
You are an expert.
I've seen this 100 times.
All right.
Listen, this is why we have Wisp on.
This is true.
So it's trans and shouting at communism.
Oh yeah, that is also true. Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right, good. Let's continue.
There are not many things I can do well, but maybe this.
I can brew some tea, I can brew some coffee, and I can bash a commie. All right, thank you, Wisp.
No, I can appreciate good coffee. I can't brew it.
Oh, all right. Anyway, Eric Wright, thanks for the donation. Smud, would you agree Cortana is hot as hell compared to the female I just saw? Yes, she is extremely attractive.
Eric Wright, hang on, Eric. Is this another Eric Wright in the chat thing, or is it you,
wait a
Eric?
minute. This is
it's another one.
There's
another
two
one.
of you.
Yeah,
This is getting out of hand. There's two of them.
Well, it was a $10 donation, so I don't know who it is, but thank you very much.
I don't care who it is. I like this.
$10, I'll take it.
No, you're welcome.
Why, thank you. Anyway, let's keep going.
Secular innocently defending itself and a fanatically genocidal alien death cult, we can determine that the message the Halo games are trying to send out into the world is that...
Are they a death cult, or are they just a bunch of random aliens that all are under one banner fighting whoever's in the way?
Well, they weren't.
An army takes into account dying on the mission.
They weren't originally, but when the prophets decided that they have to wipe out humanity because we would unveil the lies that they say, then they basically started hunting us down.
Right.
And then it became a death cult.
Oh, because I seem to remember
it gets more extreme
because the elites were like warriors, like your Klingons and stuff. But then once they started to realize something wasn't right, they went to the brutes, who were just
Hawk.
Hawk, you died.
We lost you. There he's back.
There he is.
Communism got him.
Hawk the death cult.
Yeah, I guess I'll just not finish that sentence. Definitely fine. Carry on with what you were doing.
I do recall. Okay. I do recall we watched a previous video, I think a year ago, about how the Covenant was was better than the human faction because they were all amalgamated.
Yeah, that's not true.
So that's not true because
even when they started out, the way all the factions actually got into the Covenant is mostly like slavery. They defeated them on their home worlds and that said, "You guys work for us now."
Yeah.
Also,
so
when
that's
the elites,
how it works.
When the elites start not believing everything that the prophets say, the brutes pretty much, which causes civil war, pretty much start murdering all the elites. So they're not very,
Yeah, and then they ally with humanity because they respect us and we have a mutual enemy.
Yeah.
So you have that brings about a schism in the Covenant.
Yes, that's the Great Schism.
Here's gaming.
Pitiable point in the lore.
Here's Gaming Ranger for a question for me. Can I plagiarize fixing Mass Effect 2 for my own project? Go right ahead. No problem. You don't have to ask me. Just steal it. Call it your own. Don't care. No problem. Anyway, 5 minutes in.
I think that's a general format now about things.
Yeah, no. If they're gonna be polite and ask me, sure, I don't mind. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. So anyway, 5 minutes in. We're doing well. Let's go.
Religion equals bad. The idea that the Halo games are concerned about the dangers of
says.
religious fanaticism is
the
not
game
a
says
new
lying
or
is bad.
terribly exciting idea. So then, why bring it up? Halo has a negative impression of religion. big whoop.
No.
Well, I bring it up
No
because
religious-
I often wonder about the Halo logo. Does it imitate the Islamic star and
You wonder
No, it
often about the Halo logo.
So this is the second time.
What
they
are
asked
you
this question.
doing in your day?
Yeah.
So Halo does not say anything about religion. All it's saying is that there's this thing that they believe in, and it's not true. And they keep going with the lie.
Fanaticism.
It's not saying anything about religion.
Didn't he
Yes,
say
but-
it wasn't even about a religion? Why is he going back on it?
This is a common theme in the video. They will keep asking this question over and over again with the same
Didn't he?
answer.
It's weird. Yeah, he just answered it, and then he's asking again.
Yeah. It was the one thing I remember from watching this thing, and I was like, what the... Why... Who does this as an essay?
I also need to give another PSA.
Okay.
Communism isn't exactly famous for respecting religion.
Yeah, that's also
This
true.
is true, yes. It's the opiate of the masses.
Communism was explicitly about eradicating religion and genociding the religious. China is doing that right now, by the way.
Oh,
and not just with
did you hear?
Muslims. They're also persecuting Christians.
Did you hear that China is going to ban the trading and creation of cryptocurrency in the country? Good luck, China.
Ooh.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah?
Someone's scared.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh no, we
and also
no.
the whole Tibet thing. Remember when the left was all for free Tibet? Where's that gone? There's a famous old movie. It's pretty nice to watch. 7 Years in Tibet. You have a recap of communists from China coming into Tibet, being greeted with respect, and the Chinese just shit and spit on the effort they made in their cultural traditions, like making these big sand mandala that are just to be around for a couple hours, but take a few days to make. And yeah, they just destroyed it because they said religion is poison. And depends on the religion, I would say. As I've said before, communism seems to operate exactly like a religion, and that it is one of the poisonous ones we can pretty much see. If you look at the core ideas of Taoism or Zoroastrianism, they're relatively chill things. Sikhism, from what I know, is also pretty chill.
But that Maoism was a pretty much religion, considering the fact that you have his picture in your house with like a shrine around it.
Yeah, but that's all the socialisms, and that's why the National Socialism and the Red Socialisms are the same, because we did the same thing with or had to do the same thing with the Hitler shit. Everybody had to have a bust in his home or a picture, and of course his holy book. And with the socialists, it's the same thing. With Mao, you have to have a picture, you have to have his little red holy book. Same with the North Koreans, with the what is it, the Il-sungs? Jong-un? Il-sung.
Kim Jong-un.
Il-sung was the father, I think.
Kim Jong-un,
yeah.
All right, here's
this makes me certain, but my parents will never become like communists because they don't even have pictures of me in their house.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, or look at the Lenin stuff, especially. They mummified the bloody guy so that you can keep looking at him to this fucking day, as if they're waiting for his resurrection.
No, I just think the capitalists just made sure that he couldn't come back. Make sure he was dead. Yep, he's still there.
Anyway, let's keep
Still
going.
Yeah, because you keep some Madame Tussauds like creep thing in a glass coffin, like it's Snow White.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
Here is Mike Testa again. Thanks, Mike. Someone meme this FUD instead of flood. I'm sure the memers on the channel will figure that out. Thank you, Mike.
I'm sure Bears has got onto it.
He's got like
already.
20 going. He's like, oh, I can't. There's so many good ideas. I don't know what to start with. Yeah.
And Eric Wright in the chat asks, wouldn't the LG sign also be an Islamic sign? By that logic, yes.
No.
Because Islam has dips on everything that looks like it, which is the same logic as to why the commies play this cooties game with Nazis. Like, if a Nazi ever touched something, you can't touch it or you become a Nazi too.
It's infectious, yeah. It's just like this. It's like the cordyceps.
but it's Nazi cooties. It's the the game that the children play in school.
Nazi
we have
cuties.
Yeah, Nazi cooties, and we have the same. Cooties is a
just
game
call
that
that
German children also play in school, but we do not have a name for the game. It just exists without a name. It's just a thing kids develop naturally.
Okay.
Is it just the game in Germany?
No, it doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a name.
Isn't it just called Catch?
No, that's it.
I
don't think anyone just realised what I just said. But hey, carry on.
No.
Anyway.
Also, that means you lost it.
Here is Way of the Ferret. Thanks for the $5 donation. Halo logo. This is all in caps, by the way. Halo logo has big circle. Halo takes place on big circle. That's it. That's the logo. Thank you, Way of the Ferret.
Yes, exactly.
That's all it takes, yeah. And we got two more, then we'll keep going. Tyler Preston, oh, the irony with Shang-Chi's daddy being Fu Manchu. Really? Oh, okay. Everyone likes that Fu Manchu. Here's Mike Testa. Mike, you're going to have to help me out here. I see a bunch of icons. You got a gorilla, you got a truck, you got a second truck, you got a dog, you got an eggplant, you got an alien, and you got a ghost. I have no idea what. I mean, you've.
Is it Harambe being run over by two trucks while a dog jacks off or something? I don't know.
Oh, is it Harambe getting isekai'd while Wisp watches or something?
It's a Harambe isekai.
Apparently, it also contains hentai.
Wow.
Harambe
the translator, the Mike Testa translator.
into a dog. Eggplant alien ghost. I don't know what that means. Anyway,
eggplant alien might refer to a tentacle monster.
I think this is a formula.
Is this the Covenant? Is he trying to make like all the members of the Covenant?
Wait a second. We have those gorillas on the screen. We have the gorilla, whatever alien on the screen. He was swinging that stick around.
Yes, the gorilla's a brute.
Okay.
What is the dog?
Don't know the dog. Yeah.
The eggplant is the flood, I guess.
See, Mike's thought process is so advanced. We have to think and go, wait, is he crazy or just a super genius? And every time he comes back, there's like a second layer we skipped. I'm like, what? How do we miss that?
Mike, do me a favor and write the third chapter of the Bible, please.
Oh,
write the whole chapter. It will be Mike, glorious, and everybody will argue about the interpretation, and we will have holy wars and finally about something interesting.
But use Egyptian hieroglyphs. That'll be the best way.
Mike, write the Bible 2, Electric Boogaloo now.
Oh no, Francis Ford Coppola. I asked Maggie Mae Fish what Halo was about. After 12 straight hours of an anti-Semitic speech, she concluded that Halo was about being gay.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Why?
That sounds like Maggie.
Why am I not surprised that it's this week?
Master Chief is gay.
Master Chief is he's a closeted homosexual.
I'm not like she'll bring up. Well, we're gonna watch her this week, but I'm just saying, like, probably
keeping the helmet on the entire series of games is obviously a reference to being in the closet.
Guys,
oh no!
Yeah,
guys,
he takes his mask off to finally be free.
We're missing the main thing. He's shooting a phallic-shaped gun.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's gay.
The Halo symbol. The Halo symbol's an anus.
Oh, and he appropriates other guns from the communist brotherhood or whatever, the convent, whatever they're called, covenant. Therefore, capitalism is bad because it's not making its own thing. It never creates, it only destroys.
Yep. Yeah.
So every Halo player is gay.
Halo player, ha ha ha.
Well, we knew that.
Halo reach around, huh?
Oh, Smud. Do you see that screenshot I sent about Maggie Mae Fish being bullied for her surname at school?
I did not see that.
It was in. I got an article on Facebook about people on Twitter talk about their surnames and how it's embarrassing.
Really?
As I scrolled down, there's a tweet from Maggie May Fish. I mean, all she put was, "I could write so many books on the insults." And I thought, screenshot.
That screenshot. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was.
Oh, you got made fun of because of your name in school. Wow, that's every kid.
Woohoo!
That's really probably 99% of all kids in school.
Yeah, I know, but it's just so funny the way she went. Oh, poor me. I'm like, so.
Unless your name is Chad, you're gonna get made fun of.
Yeah.
All right. Let's 5 minutes. We're good. Let's go.
Present, or is it simply coincidental? There can be no doubt whatsoever that Halo borrows heavily from all sorts of media. It is a gleefully referential series at its most innocent and borders on plagiaristic at its least. There is a lengthy list of Halo's pop culture references on Halopedia. The titular Halo itself is inspired by a 1970s sci-fi novel called Ringworld. These flying insect aliens are technically called drones, but most often they are referred to as buggers, a reference to Ender's Game. However, the most notable references and polls come from aliens, human soldiers,
So is mostly warlike story in space in the future. Alien is a huge inspiration.
Ender's Game doesn't own the phrase buggers. It's literally just
but here's the thing. Did she just say human soldiers in uniforms in the future?
Yeah, that is
aliens invented
that is not inspired from any sci-fi. That is just a completely normal depiction of military in sci-fi.
Halo Marines are pretty distinct. Like their armor.
What are they called? The United Nations of Space, right?
Yeah, but that's the looks. That's just the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine having a navy and having Marines. That's silly, isn't it? Who would do that?
Space Marines. What are those?
Oh, does you military
looks like you have a space navy and you have space marines. Well, that must be from Aliens. No, it's
what
is wrong with you?
It's from Minecraft.
Yeah, your pattern recognition is broken.
You can't. Whatever, I don't care.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, this is why these people see Nazis everywhere.
That's a good point.
I see space marines everywhere, so yeah.
I see Nazis everywhere.
Someone said buggers. That must be an Ender's Game reference.
I see Nazis.
And they don't even know they're Nazis. Like, okay, thanks.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was also a copy of Ender's Game.
Probably, I don't care.
Here's Francis Ford Coppola. Thanks again. Look, guys. Oh, here we go. Call me crazy, but all I'm saying is that if Maggie can conclude that Sam and Frodo are gay because another gay guy wrote about being gay, I can conclude she's an anti-Semitic because different women said some anti-Semitic stuff somewhere. This is logically fine, but still pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. But you could try. Go ahead.
That's still pretty crazy. Yeah, that's Maggie. Yep.
Yeah. All right, one more. We'll get going. Here's Evergents. Religious or not, try to reach into someone's head dictating what they can and cannot believe is pretty monstrous. Well, the thought police are a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, whenever you do argue,
try to reason with you can try to reason with people, but at some point they're just too lost.
It's kind of
and then it's a question of how dangerous are their beliefs.
Right. If you're talking about religious people believing this is the real date of whatever birth, you're like, fine. Like, I don't care. I don't even know.
Yeah, it has no effect on anyone.
It doesn't hurt anyone. You know.
If it turns into this is the real, like, you must whip yourself on the birth of Christ, or if you don't, we'll kill you. Then you have to go, no, that's a bit overboard with your religious.
Yeah, and if you start a holy war because people don't believe in your shit, then you're probably not the good guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
After the Queens, enemy Covenant designs take elements from xenomorphs, and of course, the Parasite Flood is complete with its own version of the facehugger. Although, if you ask me, I get way more of a Starship Troopers vibe from Halo. Halo certainly has its moments where it tries to
not Starship Troopers, that's fascist. Oh
it's a shooting game where the gameplay is either broken up by an action-packed cutscene or a melodramatic cutscene. Sometimes both. This is more in line with the tone of Starship Troopers than it is with Aliens. As far as setting is concerned,
is it? No.
Well, if you're talking about the movie being melodramatic, yes. If you're talking about the book, no. It's completely its own thing.
No. But the movie is just incredible. I tire of trying to explain Starship Troopers to people who've got the brains the size of a squirrel's left nut. So carry on.
She literally just said there's action cutscenes and there's story cutscenes in this FPS game. Yes. There's gonna be action and story, yes.
There's like talking like in Starship Troopers.
Yeah, the people are having conversations. This must be Starship Troopers.
Wow, it's almost like it's not 1921, and we can have like sound on screen. Fucking mind blowing.
All right, sure. Let's keep going.
Not fleshed out in the games so well, humanity in the Halo universe is a fascistic society, similar to Starship Troopers.
Whoa, that's not
wait, hang on, hold on. I didn't
hear that. Back up.
All right.
I thought I heard Big Dick Society, sorry. Sorry,
well, I mean, humanity has Master Chief, so they are a pretty big dick society.
Why haven't we put that on one of our merch t-shirts yet? Big Dick Society. It's such a good one. Anyway, let's rewind this.
Setting is concerned, they both have a lot in common. While not fleshed out in the games so well, humanity in the Halo universe is a fascistic society, similar to Starship Troopers.
That's not true. That's objectively wrong.
Blind.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's
this
not the case.
person gets the understanding that Starship Troopers is fascist from the attempt of Verhoeven to make it look like that.
No. She's saying Halo is fascist. The humans.
Yeah, but she's also saying that Starship Troopers
Halo,
is fascist.
Right?
Yeah.
You could
saying
argue,
that both are
you could
fascist.
argue the book is slightly that way, depending on your definition. The problem is when you're talking about fascism, it's a very loaded word, and when you're talking about military in the book, it's kind of like, well, we need to do this or we're all going to die. So we need to go to war. There's really no other option. And
this is the problem. When you have a total war situation, it's not fascism. It only becomes fascism if the people, once the war is over, do not stop.
Well, when you're doing a satire, which I think is what we think of when we think of the movie, you can't you can't, like, I'm going to play a fascist satire, which is like, okay, then it's not fascist. You're making fun of the thing. It's like the parody movies from the 80s of what was that? The Rambo thing with
Hot Shots.
Was it Hot Shots? And Hot Shots Part 2, they have Saddam Hussein. It's like, that's not Saddam Hussein.
Oh yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. Like, there's no way. It's like, sure, it looks like it, but it's not, obviously. So you're not.
I also remember the fact that Saddam Hussein dies in the first Hot Shots and is the main villain for the second one, and then turns into the Terminator. Not the Terminator, the was it T-1000? The melty gooey one.
Yeah. Well, the image of the Scud missile just landing on his lap when he's having a martini.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's so iconic. Beautiful. But can someone tell me why someone would believe that the Halo humanity is fascist somehow?
Well,
because it's a total war situation, and the military has control because they're in a
No. That's your explanation. Why would these
the way government?
Because by that definition, communism in the USSR was fascist.
So the
Yes,
way
that's
that
what it
the
was.
government situation in Halo works is that the UNSC is mostly the government, but they there's these people called like the insurrectionists, the rebels, and what they want is they want their planets to like have free reign from the UNSC, and that's why they fight against it. But they're not. The UNSC is not inherently fascist. Like they are slowly like giving planets their own free reign. They just seize it mostly because of the war.
Yeah.
But they are not against like letting people decide for their own. They're not against that.
Well,
the rebels
to
just
answer
want
Wisp-
it now because they're stupid.
Yeah, to answer Wisp's question, the reason why they wouldn't think the USSR was fascist because it's on their side, and nothing on their side's fascist because they're not right wing, they're left wing, so they can't be fascist.
Yeah, of course. But they have.
No, but that's the
they
answer,
still need
Wisp.
some internal logic as to why there's
in
this instance,
there's no logic.
It is
You said logic. You said logic, Wisp. Already out the window.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not letting me finish. They still have an internal consistency. Just like a Holocaust denier has an internal consistency with a lot of Swiss cheese holes that are navigated around.
Cheese.
Yes, and with these people it's the same. So I wonder, I would like to understand the internal consistency which they need to uphold, that makes the communism different from fascism. Because if you only look Halo, since it's a first-person shooter, or third, whatever you play in, is
first person.
Yeah, is simply due to that fact. You mainly play from the view of the military, and you mainly interact with the military. I would imagine.
Yes.
So it's hard to judge all of humanity by just a few glimpses that you get.
Well, to be fair,
Well, they can.
She did say outside of the game, so she was specifically talking about like the lore aspect of it. But even that is wrong. Like the UNSC is not fascist. It's just not true.
All right.
Yeah, so
It's the United Nations for a start.
Yeah, the entire point is like that all of Earth came together. So now we're colonizing the galaxy.
It's our United
That's
Nations.
what communism
just
wants
in
to
the
do,
future.
minus the space
Yes,
stuff.
it's our nation. It's everyone. But
Yeah,
somehow that's bad, I guess.
It's the United Nations as it is now in the future with spaceships.
But
fighting a war against. Yeah, fighting a war against aliens.
Alien.
Yeah.
All right.
Will there be an explanation on what this person believes fascism is?
No, of course not.
No, fascism is just whatever they want it to be at whatever point in time they're at.
I'm
It doesn't
curious
really
if she's
matter.
gonna explain. I'm gonna
Yeah, I know.
be curious if she's gonna explain what she's referring to.
Here,
I assume not.
Here is Mike Testa. I now assault your mind with subliminal messages. Mike, I don't think emoticons are subliminal messages. They're just confusing, as everything you write is confusing.
No. Mike is now doing that, not before. Now.
So saying he's doing it is a subliminal message?
No, you don't know where the subliminal message is.
Mm-hmm.
He's hiding it in plain sight.
Don't you get it? It's between the letters.
Brainwash. That's awesome.
It's the space bar.
It's due to the how the letters are arranged. There's a secret message in them, and that is what Mike is telling your subconscious.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Smudge, you're thinking
kill
dimensionally.
Okay.
You've got to think 9-dimensionally with Mike.
The numbers, Smart, what do they mean?
When it comes to Mike, I have no idea. It's just not possible to figure it out. Anyway, Everjance, thanks again. Why is it that whenever people see any military sci-fi, they automatically think space military equals rest of Earth society fascist? You know what? I don't know.
Why is it not the StarCraft Space Marines?
If they actually knew the definition of fascism and Italian fascism and other flavors thereof, they'd have a better understanding, and they would be able to understand. Ever since then, there has never been that I can discern that flavor of fascism we've ever seen. Even
then the narrative falls apart.
Even the Germanic version was its own flavor.
Franco in Spain he was fascist.
Right. But it was nowhere near the detail of what's his name?
Yeah, true.
What the hell's I always forget this guy's name. It's sort of the G. He's an Italian guy with the Italian dictator who wrote the book on what it means to be a fascist, and all the 30 or so, was it 18 or 30 different terms that he used to define this religious style of defending your country and all this other crap. So it's very specific.
Was there someone else than Mussolini?
Mussolini the philosophical guy. Gentile, that's what his name, Gentile. Giuseppe Gentile.
Vaguely, very vaguely, I think I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Because the Italian fascists were completely different to the Nazis in what they did.
Yeah.
Right, and Hitler was not a fascist until he met Mussolini, and then he listened to him and he adopted some ideas.
Yeah. Mussolini's fascism didn't have race in it, for one.
Yeah.
For him, it was just about the state.
Yeah, protecting it as your God-given duty, and every firstborn or whatever should defend it to the death, and all these other wonderful religious undertones and this and that. So, great, cool, fine. But that's Italian. But there's so many other things I don't know. And if these people can't do that, if they can't give me a detailed definition, they're just regurgitating the word for their own purpose.
Their definition is simply something Nazis and bad people.
Pretty much, yeah. Nazis are bad, therefore fascism.
Yeah. Well, because they tried to make out that the Earth Alliance in Mass Effect was fascist, didn't they?
What? Which? Oh, Who?
The Earth Alliance in Mass Effect.
What?
Was fascist.
The worst we get
was a fascist police.
No, the worst we get in Mass Effect is one random political party running for whatever government who was Earth first. That was
Terra Firma party.
That's it. They weren't fascist either. They were just, I guess you could say, more racist than the others, but they weren't fascist.
Yeah, but people saw space military, so it must mean Earth's under a fascist dictatorship.
I do know they made the joke with Ashley because she had that conversations about, you would protect your own. That's just how you would do it. It's just common practice.
Yeah, but what I like how protecting your own turns into fascism. It's like
she talked about her dog. It's like, well, it's a dog. Like you love your dog, but you wouldn't risk your sister over the dog.
Imagine the Krogans giving up protecting their females.
Yeah, exactly. Same idea.
Yeah,
they'd be done within a few years.
And they have dogs themselves. They use them in war. So, yeah, no, it's a
their dogs are also 4-foot tall lizards that can rip your face off. There is a little bit of a difference.
Anyway, that's fine. Francis Bordacopola, Mike Testa. Here we go. Mike, everyone's talking about Mike Testa. Mike Testa confuses psychic damage inflicted upon Smudcast with subliminal messages. Also, fun fact about Spartan suits: they sexually stimulate the genitals to relieve battle stress, according to the lore.
Who wrote that?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
That is
that would just be. When does it do that? Because
how?
During battle, that sounds hellishly distracting. In battle, you want the adrenaline.
Maybe in the Warhammer universe, not the Halo universe. I could see it happening elsewhere. Halo isn't that creepy. Warhammer, anything goes.
Cortana.
No. Anyway.
Well,
really
the Cortana thing
this.
is there's an actual lore reason for why she looks like that. Because all the AIs choose what they look like, and Cortana looks like that because she wants people to pay attention to her.
Yeah.
Because she's a naked woman, you're gonna look at her.
Oh.
Totally. Smart woman.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Anyway, that's
Flawless
cool.
logic.
That's cool.
That is what I would call based, and I very rarely.
Yeah, very.
I'm a deteriorating AI. I want people to pay attention to me. I'm gonna die in 10 years. It's like, okay.
Here, tits.
So,
Thank you. Can I grab him?
Anyway, let's continue.
To these simulations and makes references to Starship Troopers just as much as anything else. Halo's orbital drop shock troopers are a clear example of this. On top of this, there are a few Halo cutscenes that seem ripped straight out of the movie. To be quite honest, Halo is essentially just Starship Troopers, but without the satire.
Could we possibly
You never read the
more
book.
noise? I guess so.
I don't say all this to disparage Halo, except, okay, maybe I do a little bit, but it's my nostalgic video game that I adore.
Wow. Okay.
I don't
mean to do it, but this is why.
Effort. I'm surprised that someone takes so much effort in this frame-by-frame animation, but absolutely no work in the script. Making sure that what you say actually makes sense or has some substance to it.
Well, I like the attempt of jumping between, we're doing machinima, we're doing 2D animation with this computer voice. They're doing all these different things, right? I appreciate the diversity of media they're showing us. It's a shame. It's a pile of crap. But
the thing is, a lot of Halo YouTubers do that. Like, it's not even a unique thing. Like, they take their multiplayer part and just bob their heads up and down when they talk. Like, a lot of them do that. It's not a unique thing.
Yeah, the reason is the reason why it was so good. Yeah, the reason why it was so good in Red versus Blue back in 2003 or 4. Or was it 3, 4, or 5? I can't remember.
2000 old.
Out. Is that
2000 old?
2000 old. Was the fact that it was so brand new and people didn't know how to do it. It's been 16 years now. Everyone knows how to do this. It's kind of like the go-to thing, and it's
like every Halo YouTuber has like this one video or multiple where they take like the multiplayer part and they pop their head up and down and talk. Like everyone knows how to do this.
You can even do it with Fallout now, right?
You can do it pretty much everything.
With everything, yeah. We have the third-person view.
Just take an old LucasArts adventure game character and you get the head bobbing.
Yeah, head.
Or so, too.
I love those animations.
Great. These are all simply references and sources of inspiration. What Halo does with these borrowed elements is to make its own unique world with its own unique vision. And this is something that is common in storytelling and art. Think back on how halos are common in religious art, across many different works by many different artists over the course of centuries. And then think about how differently those images can be repurposed for different effects. A halo over the head of Jesus and a halo over the head of SpongeBob technically convey about the same idea of goodness, but one is serious and the other is playful. One is supposed to be in awe of Jesus, while one is supposed to laugh at SpongeBob.
In Hinduism, you have a similar depiction with holy figures.
Familiarity for them to work. For us to laugh at the angelic SpongeBob, we need to have some understanding of Abrahamic conceptions of
No, we don't.
divinity. And when one makes these references or draws inspiration...
You don't. Everyone knows that a halo is connected to an angel.
Wait a second.
To know about the religion.
I don't need to know that that SpongeBob could be Jesus, therefore funny, or could be an angel. That's stupid.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't need to know the history of
retarded.
Of angels and angel lore and mythological lore of Christianity.
Like everyone knows what the wings and the halo means. Like everyone just knows
but
what this
even
means.
if you
don't
don't
need to know the religion.
Even if you just see that as a bird with a weird thing on their head, you're like, oh, he's flying and he's happy and he looks cool and he's looking really good.
And he's flying into the light.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything about to see that this looks.
Do I need to understand hell to understand that Squidward's in hell?
Yeah, it's summertime. It's time to eat burgers and it's sunny outside.
I just find it funny that these types of people keep telling people you've got to know like the context behind stuff to understand.
But they don't know the context themselves.
Then A, they don't know the context. B, they never provide context, and C, they just lie about anything anyway because they don't care about the context. and yet
It's just
they tell us
it's
we
just
need to know
fart
the
noises out of
context
their
of that.
mouths. There's no, it's just all pulled out of their asses.
It's not like the episode is based entirely on SpongeBob being an angel. It's just like a quick joke.
All right, here is a very interesting super chat. Thank you, Tyler Preston. Off topic, but does anyone remember that sci-fi show called Defiance? In fact, I do. I watched it all. I played the game. I enjoyed it all. For what it was worth, it was a buggy game. It was it wasn't an amazing game. It was kind of redundant. The story was well done. Good production value. It had a lot of flaws. They rushed it to the ending because they got cut, so they had to do their best, as a lot of sci-fi shows do. But I enjoyed it. Lots of sex, actually. Lots of really crazy, weird aliens coming to Earth, and this sort of post-apocalyptic world where all these cultures had to get along, and they had all these different mixes and matches of culture and ritual and technology. And I think in the game it was more or less gun drops. You would get a better gun every time you go here or there, and there were events like some stuff in orbit. Sorry?
Shit, yeah, no, I remember this now. Yeah, I actually remember the game.
Yep. I was playing it with...
I just remember it, yeah.
There were other games at the time, like Tribes 2 and a bunch of other games I played at with multiplayer that you could compare it to. But it was neat. You got a vehicle, you zipped all around the place, and it was a cool concept. And they paired it up with the game in the show, meaning they would talk about the game. So it launched itself at the same time. And there were all these events with the main characters in the game as well. So it was a cool idea. It just didn't take off. It didn't become as popular as they thought, unfortunately. Because it had some promise. The storytelling was there. The production value was there. And I liked the idea. I really enjoyed the idea of what they were trying to do. It felt like a human version of Farscape. Just not as crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds not interesting.
It's very American. It was a very American, thing.
You just told me that it's Farscape, but without Farscape. That
no.
sounds like
it had aliens, just not as crazy weird as Farscape. Because Farscape was
that's the point of Farscape.
Was so out there. What? So, but people died.
So it's Farscape without what makes Farscape interesting.
Well, no, people actually died in the story, which I appreciated.
That's not
they took a lot of risks. They killed off major characters. I liked that. And very adult story. They weren't scared of doing racy stuff on the Sci-Fi Channel. So, bravo. Could have been better, though, for sure. Some stories were bad, but, some were really good. Mike Testa. Hey, how's it going? This reviewer is a total muck sponge. M-U-C, as opposed to M-U-C-K. If you don't know the spelling of the word muck, maybe? Is it mucus, maybe? I don't know. Mike is always confusing me. Anyway.
I'm just saying, yep, and I'm just nodding my head, just like, yep, okay, yep.
Okay, two more. Lack of attack. That's wrong. Spartans are sterile and are programmed to have no sex drive, and the amount of augs they received can kill or leave them as vegetables. Okay, so maybe...
that sounds a bit like Warhammer.
Maybe Francis Ford Coppola has it wrong. I don't know. I don't know the lore. Couldn't tell you. But I'm glad someone knows, because I couldn't follow. To
the Thunderdome with you.
Thunderdome. To the Thunderdome. 360 giving the $10.80. I don't know how that works, but $10.80. Okay, I'll fly with that. This person's premise on most things is false, in stating false lore and false understanding of such lore. This video is a waste of time since they don't understand what Halo is about. I think they got the general surface level of things and then sort of applying their own understanding of religion and politics. I think that's what happens. It's projection, of course, but their understanding of those things. Sadly. That's how it usually goes. Here is Mike Testa. What's muck backwards? Okay. It's the Halo symbol, the N, and a W. Oh, that's upside down. Sorry. No. The Halo symbol, the Halo symbol without the dot in the middle. How's that? Here's Great Scott. Hey, Great Scott, I remember you. Next thing you know, she'll chastise the game for making you kill diverse aliens. Oh, we already had that video. That was a while ago. For wanting to genocide humanity and by extension themselves. I remember that dumb video we watched. The humans are the enemies. What the? Are you joking me?
Yes, the people that got attacked are obviously the enemies.
Yeah.
Communists are good at victim blaming. They say they are against it, but really it's all they're doing.
It's always the materialist dialectic.
And if you really look at their arguments, oftentimes, they're not just anti the nation they're in or anti the culture they're in. They are anti-human if it comes down to it.
I don't even think they think that far ahead. I think they just take the opposite of the statement and say...
Oh, that's where... many of them are open about it. Like all these
but...
These environmentalists that claim that humans are virus.
Yeah, I know
humans
that,
are
but
the
I
disease.
honestly don't think... If I sit them down for a good...
There's socialist overlap with that.
Yeah, but I honestly don't think any person actively wants to genocide humanity. I honestly don't think that.
Then you are naive. Because they openly state it. They openly say it.
Okay, but give me 10 minutes and I will be very poignant with my questions. And it won't take that long.
10 minutes.
Yeah, no, it won't. Because if they come to the conclusion everyone must die, it's like, well, you haven't killed yourself yet. So...
Yeah, of course.
That is true.
They have to
Well, they
have to push the cause, so they can't kill themselves.
They have to die
first.
last. Yeah, if they die first, then they can't prove that everyone else has died. So.
Right.
Yeah, and of course, in the end, they will decide. Well, everybody's gone now. It's probably not so bad if I just live out my life.
Well, anyway, the argument's very simple, but
That's
we're not
the
going
usual thing.
We're not going to bother with crazies. We already have one to deal with, so let's keep going with her or him, whatever.
One must be careful with the baggage these sources have accrued over the thousands of years of history.
The baggage.
So, Halo.
The baggage of religion? I'm not concerned.
Or we talk about the baggage of SpongeBob, because that's been going on for nearly 1,000 years.
I don't think the imagery of the halo is baggage. I don't think we're that hard pressed to be like, oh wait, I can't say anything bad about Christianity.
Is this gonna circle back to Islam again somehow?
Oh god, yeah. Here we go.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
But with its references, surely what damage could be done by uncritically riffing off of a story about a fascist society entering into pointless forever wars and mixing that together with Christian
Oh yeah, the bug thing
Pointless
was
forever
pointless
wars.
war. Yeah.
That's not pointless.
Idiot.
Pointless forever wars. The Covenant want to wipe out every human.
Also, the war is over after 3.
The point of the war is
what's
to not be
happening-
genocided.
What's happening after 3 isn't even a war anymore. You're just like fighting the splinter factions that are left over, and the war ends in 5 actually.
Even in Starship Troopers, it's not a pointless war. Like that's ridiculous. Same with Ender's Game. Same with all these other. It's not like, oh, it's just a pointless war. Humans just want power. It's like, no, we're gonna be annihilated.
War is pointless, okay? There's never any point.
War is pointless. Hold on. The war is pointless. Anyway, my channel's here to start the revolution, which will require a war.
Oh yeah, it's a good point.
What is it?
It's not a war. It's just a revolution.
Communism, if you take it seriously, requires a permanent revolution that continues without pause, and that sounds a lot like a forever war.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is quite pointless as well.
No, there is a point.
Yeah, but it doesn't. If it doesn't work, then there's no point.
The point is inside of the Halo logo. There's the point. The point right there.
Oh,
I thought that was the Islamic sign or whatever.
Yeah, I know it's very confusing because they look so alike.
How do you make out of a reference for a halo a crescent moon?
How did you
when you're
shimmy
really
Jesus in there?
desperate to make a video to push your communist revolution, you'll make any.
You're desperate to make the connection.
If the series was like called Moon or something, and then it's like a moon symbol, and they said, "Oh, that looks like the crescent moon," then it could be like, yeah, maybe, but it's called Halo. It's not a moon.
Yeah, your pattern recognition usually is bonkers when you notice that the number 23 is absolutely everywhere. You can find it everywhere, and you will stumble across it everywhere in your life because it's a secret symbol of the Illuminati.
No,
and then you will start looking for connections, desperately, deliberately. And this is what this person's doing, deliberately looking for connections.
Number 6. 666.
Right, the numbers. Yes, the number 6 is connected to the number 23 because 6 is 2 times 3. Yeah, and 5 is 2 plus 3, so it's all 23.
Oh no, it's all 23.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's 5 Halo games. Oh no.
The 6th one. We're there.
Wait, hang on.
You see?
No, there's more. There's 7, which is one more than 6.
No, Halo Reach doesn't count.
Halo.
It's not a number.
Oh. Okay.
Well, isn't there Halo Online too, or Halo Wars?
There's 5 mainline games. Then there's ODST, and then there's the 2 Halo Wars.
Yeah, look, but 7 plus 23 is 30, which takes you 2 steps to get to 30, which again gets us 2 and 3, which is 23.
Oh no!
All right, let's stop.
You can't do this forever.
Let's stop. Okay.
Wow.
Here's a Taku Sage. Hey, that's a cool name. Part 2 of I'm Tired of Isekai when? Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, we're coming back Wednesday.
Oh, for the love of God! Yeah, Wednesday. How many times do you have to explain to people it's Wednesday?
Sorry, I thought you guys were making a joke. I thought.
Yeah.
No, Eric.
I thought it was going to be today.
Eric Wright's like, when we're doing the Isekai video Wednesday. Oh, okay. So when are we doing it? Wednesday. 2 separate people.
I
told
thought you were
Wednesday.
joking. I thought it was a joke. I thought I missed something. I was like, okay,
why would that be a joke? I'm not even on it.
Because apparently you're ahead of me in time.
Think of it this
way. The time zones or whatever. I don't know.
At least this means people seem to really want to see part 2 because they keep asking for it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
We can only do so much, guys. That stuff is really painful to go through. Anyway, this is
10 minutes and 3 hours.
Yeah, this one's just sort of same again. Oh yeah, I remember this. Communist stuff. War bad. Communism good. You're like, okay, sure.
Haven't seen that yet in history.
Yeah, how'd that work out so far? Yeah, great.
Lots of dead people, lots of broken families, lots of abused kids.
Starvation.
Just because it hasn't worked doesn't mean it won't work.
Yeah, we'll just do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tyler Preston, Glib, when there's a will, there's a way. Okay, all right.
Aww.
When there's a glib, there's a way.
I thought there's a whip, there's a way. That's the song I like, but okay. Here's Mike Testa. Film theory SpongeBob is an anti-Semitic sea sponge. What?
What?
Oh my god.
Patrick, we have to hunt the Jews.
Nah, Patrick, we got to gas the Jews.
Last time I checked, Patrick was not a Jew.
Okay, SpongeBob.
Oh man. Anyway, let's talk about.
Why are you hunting the Jews again? I want to have my peace and quiet.
Anyway.
SpongeBob, I got my tickets to Auschwitz. What should I do?
SpongeBob, the Jews are paying customers.
Sell them on eBay.
Anyway, let's learn about Jesus and his halo some more.
SpongeBob, my Jew.
To tell the tale of a brutal and terrifying foreign force using their faith as justification for violence.
Crusades.
It's not the Crusades, though.
Wait a second.
Holy fucking shit.
Wait. Is she talking about the alien force being religious zealots? Because that would be accurate, right?
I hope to fucking God.
I hope she's talking about the Covenant, because, like, if she's talking about
from the context right now, This is talking
No.
about the humans.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. We're the
here's-
defenders in the conflict. We're not the
Yeah,
aggressors.
but here's the thing.
The first crusade.
The Crusades were an army. The Crusades were just a bunch of religious fanatics. Yes, so was the Muslims they were fighting against, because they were all fighting over the Holy Land. It was a religious war between two religions.
The first Crusades were not about the Holy Land. You could say there was a slogan to it, but the first Crusades were a defensive revolutionary war, if you want to call it that, against the Islamic occupation of southern Europe, and they were making headway into southern France already. This was to get the first Crusades were to get the Muslims out of Europe. The whole thing, the whole other thing.
No, that wasn't the first. That wasn't the first Crusade, though.
It depends on where you start to count. You can start to count with peasant revolts in Spain for.
Oh no, the peasants crusade was a religious thing, because that's how they got other people to go, and then they got massacred.
They also didn't want to keep being oppressed and but
the peasants
and their women being raped. They kind of didn't like that. Whether you cling to religion for that or not doesn't fucking matter.
No, because the Peasants' Crusade was started because the Pope at the time couldn't convince the lords and the kings to send troops to retake the Holy Land. So it was literally a bunch of peasants who armed themselves and marched.
The assassins, right?
No,
that's something completely different.
All right, that's cool.
But yeah,
have you read the what's left of Pope Urban's speech when he called for the First Crusade?
Oh, you're talking about real history. I thought you were talking about Assassin's Creed.
Why would you?
No, I'm not talking about Sesame Street.
What?
I was just joking.
When me and Wisp talk about history, we're actually talking about real history and things that actually happened. We're not talking about what a couple of soy boys think assassins were.
The point is, she's conflating.
Look, Cavernacle gets his history from Metal Gear, and we get our history from Assassin's Creed.
Anyway, the video in question is trying to point out there's a crusade going on. We don't know which side she's referring to. So we're trying to define the term, to know what it means, to connect it to one of the two.
When Islam does a crusade, it's not called a crusade because they have no crucifixes in their whole iconography.
Yeah, it's called jihad.
They call it
jihad,
their holy war is called jihad.
Yes.
So I would argue
when you say crusade, you are referring,
right?
You are making a reference to Christianity.
So when we say that, we are the best bet we got for a connection to religion would be the Covenant, because they turn everything into this crazy must eliminate the humans because they are against us sort of thing.
They turn
it sounds kind of Nazi-like.
Right. Anyway, that's fine. Here's Joe Crazy. Squidward, free Palestine. Okay.
Fucking hell.
All right.
I don't think Squidward would want to bother with either side or anything. He would just
Squidward would
want
just
to sit at home and play his.
Be left alone.
Alone.
He wants to play alone.
Anyway.
Just want to play clarinet.
He would never be alone because Allah is always with him. as he says, as he sets off his suicide vest within the Krusty Krab.
He's playing on his clarinet.
Hello, Mr. Krabs. No, Squidward, I'll give you my legs.
And then everybody died.
Let's get back to the video.
One jihad later.
tries desperately to follow a rule of cool. When writing, it's clear that what they thought should happen in the story should only be whatever seemed like the coolest thing they could possibly do. This results in some strange cutscenes, like this one, where this military leader is asked where troops should go. She then walks away all dramatically and says,
"To war."
Only for the cutscene to end, whereupon she walks back down to where she was, and then starts giving actual orders. It's silly. Following this rule of cool, it appears that Halo only borrows elements from pop culture and media that the writers think is cool. The colonial marines and aliens looked cool, so they based their marines off of them. The fact those colonial marines and aliens were insufferable assholes was not brought forward into Halo because that was deemed less cool.
Wait, what?
What?
I'm not following.
The Marines and aliens are assholes? What?
Why?
Here's a scene of the Marines being assholes, apparently. I don't know.
Like, what's the scene she's showing now?
I don't know.
Yeah, but why would they be? Why they're not assholes though? They're just fleshed out characters who, I
guess all military characters are assholes.
Soldiers tend to be rough around the edges.
Oh
That's
well.
The point.
Actually, she's got a point there because Vasquez just goes, "Gorman, I always thought you were an asshole," and then they blow themselves up. So that is a line.
They
I will
also
give her
commit
that.
jihad.
Yeah. I can't. I'm trying to just do a Muslim accent for it, but it almost came out Jewish, so I'm not going to bother.
What's the difference?
All right.
Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
Oh, trans
Answer.
shit.
Trans
shit.
Transphobe, no.
Transphobia. Does that mean Tony Stark was transphobia in Iron Man 1?
We're watching a video by a revolutionary communist who hates society as it is, calls everything fascist, probably also Nazis, but has a problem with cute, funny banter between soldiers.
Oh, game over, guys. Game over. Don't worry. It's
pathetic.
Why
So what
is
has
it?
this to do with Halo?
How are they assholes?
What's this? Oh, because
they assume
She
you're a
thinks
man
this
because
is
you have muscles, I guess. I
transphobic
don't
or
know.
something. Yeah, it's probably like a
Oh my God,
transphobic accusation.
what is his character called again? Shit, it's Hudson, isn't it? Is it Hudson?
I don't remember.
Bill Paxton's character. Bill Paxton.
The characters.
No, not Bill Paxton. Bill. Yes, Bill. Oh God, my alien knowledge.
Yeah,
must be really
it's
good.
Hudson.
Now
You're right.
I'm like,
It is Hudson. It's the same
No,
guy
Hudson,
who goes game over. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, I knew that, but he's just making a joke because he's the joker of the group.
Yeah.
And Vasquez is badass, and it's a joke about getting mistaken. But
They're assholes.
they're assholes because they joke about each other, but then literally protect each other in the situations that need protect. You know.
This is,
Yeah, like
this type of banter is a form of bonding.
you see this
These-
banter
these
everywhere.
These ego-obsessed children cannot comprehend that. For them, it's all real insults.
Anyway,
This pattern recognition
because they're all about the
genius,
superficials.
this pattern recognition genius thinks these are real insults that are meant to be insults.
Yeah.
Even though they're laughing. But okay.
Anyway.
You're laughing.
Yes. Ain't just too bad.
The buggers from Ender's Game were brought in because
Wow,
they seemed like
see?
a cool
This
enemy
is
that would
not
add
an
some
Ender's
verticality
Game
to the shooting
reference.
gameplay. But what's
Fuck's
not
sake.
brought into Halo is their genocide by humanity worked up into a frenzy of fear.
Bruh.
Now,
Oh my
Wait,
God.
What? No. What the fuck? It doesn't
I
matter
don't know
what
what was
fucking
fixed.
Ender's.
Bruh.
I don't care what happened in Ender's Game
Well,
because it means nothing to Halo.
it doesn't happen that way.
No, Hawk, you see, it's an insect alien, so it's an Ender's Game reference, okay?
The aliens.
Yeah, so it's an Ender's Game reference. So the story must go like Ender's Game. No.
The aliens in Ender's Game wanted to genocide the entire human population everywhere.
They don't even look the same. Like, the Ender's Game aliens don't look like this. I don't know what she's on about. Just because they look like insects? It doesn't even make sense.
I guess. I don't know.
They look like. No offense, they look like.
What about the
Waspinator from Beast
They
Wars?
look like
to be honest
wasps.
with you,
Yeah, they look like wasps. That's the. And
they
they're
literally just
literally
look like
called
Waspinator
drones.
from Beast
They're
Wars,
called
and that's it. That's what they're
drones
called
'cause they're,
drones.
they're wasp drone.
Oh boy.
Because that's what they're called in
But
real life
why?
too.
But
That's
why
the
would you
point.
ever say? But here's the thing. She's just gone. The bugs from Ender's Game were brought in, yet Halo doesn't include the fact that in Ender's Game, humanity wanted to destroy the bugs in a genocidal war fueled by hatred. Okay, why weren't you complaining about the fact that there's colonial marines in Halo, and yet no one gets face hugged and an alien
But wait,
pop out
she
of someone's chest?
she just said before that Halo takes these things apparently just for like the rule of cool. So she already said it's not. It's just for the looks, and now she's complaining it's not just for looks. What's happening?
Well,
I'm not even sure what her video is.
I didn't
about
notice that.
entirely.
Yeah, no. Even to make the reference to Ender's Game, saying that the aliens are similar, it's like maybe visually you could
It
read.
doesn't make any sense. They don't even look the
Yeah,
same.
but even if they did, it'd be like, so what? Like, what's your point? They didn't have some like. Let me just,
I'm not
let's
sure
just
what the point is.
re-listen to what she said, because this does not follow very well.
Also, you could argue that genocide is in Halo. It's just reversed. They want to genocide humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
Brought in like a cool enemy that would add some verticality to the shooting gameplay. But what's not brought into Halo is their genocide by humanity worked up into a frenzy of fear.
Okay, so she's talking about Ender's Game in this regard, and she's wrong.
Yes.
What does this have to do with the? Shut up.
But what does having something that may possibly look and may just be a little reference? It's called a reference. It's called like an Easter egg, or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring over Ender's Game's story into Halo.
If you
What the fuck?
overinterpret this much, and if you this is where I say this isn't pattern recognition. This is your pattern recognition is broken. This is what you see with delusional people making connections where there are none.
Yeah,
she's going out of her way to find like the smallest hint of a connection to something else.
I think the only
This
thing
is
we
the
can
mind
say,
of a conspiracy theorist.
they think that there is some fascism in Ender's Game or something like that. So she's, they didn't bring it in. It's like, well, then why did you talk about it? Who cares about some
Do
other
they
thing?
have to? Like, what is the argument here? Like,
Well,
do they
but-
have to?
Yeah,
bring
but we
it
don't
in?
have.
Like,
They
what?
don't have to bring it. We don't have to bring anything from Ender's Game in because, to be honest with you, love, they didn't bring Ender's Game into Halo. So
Exactly. Like, it's not even.
I am so sorry. Well, Sergeant Johnson's a black guy.
When
Why
did-
didn't they bring in? Why didn't they bring in the story of Birth of a Nation from 1915? Why didn't the Ku Klux Klan ride in and save everyone?
When
at the
did?
end?
Okay, so Ender's Game, the movie, came out in 2013. I think the first Halo game came out much before that.
In 2000.
It was aimed for
Was it
release in
2000?
99.
Yeah,
No, wait, 2000.
So when did
I
these
think.
bugs appear in the Halo series?
or at least like the PC one, right? Or the PC version.
This
right?
looks like
Yeah,
this looks
before
like Halo
Microsoft
2.
screwed it.
Really?
No, this is Halo 3. This one right here.
That's not Halo 3.
That's Halo 3.
Is it not Halo?
I'm sure that's not Halo. I'm sure that's not Halo.
Halo
It
3?
is Halo 3.
If it's Halo 3, it came out in 2007.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell is she
Oh
talking
my
about?
god, Yeah, oh my god.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, but
What's
but
her
also I've
overall
also just realised Halo is better in my head than what I've just seen there. Oh my god.
Halo 4 came out in 2012.
Yes.
So Halo 4 came out before Ender's Game as well. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Halo 5 Guardians is another ball game. So.
There's also Halo Reach 2, also, if you
Yeah.
care about that one.
Remember when I said
Wow.
these communists don't understand linear time?
Well, we understand many things. I don't think that's limited to just linear time. Anyway,
not sure if she
no.
understands
That's my point. This is an example of just how much they don't understand.
Well,
Not even linear time.
we don't even make a list. It just happens naturally when we listen to them talk. So
Maybe
it's okay.
time goes backward.
To be honest with you, Wisp, at this point in this linear time, I think it'd be easier just to list what they do understand, because it'd be a lot shorter.
I'm still gathering terms for my usage dictionary.
Anyway, let's keep going. Mike Testa here. Kingdom Hearts 69, Sora's Stinky Foot Fetish Quest.
Well, yeah.
What are you talking about?
What's happening?
No.
Huh?
No.
Mike, what are you talking about?
No,
Wait, what's-
don't. No, you know what he's talking about.
No, I don't.
No.
Is it
Video.
Ruther 4?
Is that a
Mike,
chat
Mike,
thing?
it's-
Is that a
It's
game
Mike,
thing?
it's 7 p.m. Time for your tablets. Just keeping you up to date with everything.
Thanks,
69.
Mike.
What's a
Thanks
what
for
is
the
that a
super
reference
chat.
to?
I don't know. Anyway,
And the racist furry with the feet.
No, you said it.
you see, it's so multi-layered. I couldn't even remember that. I was like, what?
No.
Are
You
we
just
ever going to
already
cover that
repressed
video?
it
I don't think so.
Because your subconscious suppressed the traumatic event of seeing that screenshot.
No, it wasn't the screenshot. It was the video itself that made me go, "Oh my god!"
You went and lick those feet?
Not the feet. No, the actual slavery was good. Like, oh, really? Racism was bad, but like, what the?
Okay.
Anyway, here's
So anyway, it's genocide in Halo.
So anyway, I'm a rebel now. Yeah.
Because it's about. Yeah,
anyway, I'm
Islamic
an
phobe or
anarchist
something.
now. So,
Here is Adonius Smith. What an awesome name, Adonius Smith. It's like Mr. Beefy McStrongerton. Yeah. How are you guys? How are you guys? Let me try this one more time. How are you guys? Also, what did I get myself into? This is communism on
I'm
video
doing good.
games.
I'm doing good.
This is
But didn't she say it was like attacking Islam or something?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get back to that.
There are 20 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, 17.
Oh, 20 minutes.
17.
Jesus.
We're good. We're fine. We're good. Anyway,
That was significantly less cool.
I agree.
What?
also, it's significantly not important to the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And finally,
Wow,
badass soldiers
if only they'd seen that scene from 2013 and added it into a game from 2000. Ugh. Time travel.
Only the
Why don't
scene
you
from
capitalists just use it? We all know you
2013
have
was in a
it.
27 game.
I know, freaking Star Wars copied from this game.
They ripped
Remember
off
when
the
someone
Death
said?
Star
Remember when
from
someone
Ender's
said Darth Vader's just a copy of RoboCop?
Right.
Yes, who said that? I remember this. Who said that?
But when you talk about large franchises that are super popular, people will draw connections and inferences as well as list the influences that maybe the creators had. But when you're talking about a video game, there are so many artists and so many people involved in creating stuff and storyboarding and trying and testing and failing and trying again. It's crazy. You're going to go nuts with all these references. So, yes, every artist is influenced by everything else.
I can understand references. It's when they bring up references to things that didn't even exist when a thing was made. As in, like,
I hope
this. They came from Ender's Game.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
I hope they're referring
The
to the
movie
book.
came out 5 years after.
I really hope they're referring
Yeah, but
to
in the book. So do I. But then again, I live in a world where someone literally said Darth Vader is a copy of RoboCop. I also live in a world where someone
wouldn't it be more accurate
literally told
if
Justin
she
Bieber.
said? Wouldn't it be more
Hold
accurate if she said Ender's Game ripped off Halo, considering that Halo
Yeah.
came first?
Yeah, but these people are so stupid. Do you remember that? Do you remember that person? Do you remember those? Like, I think it was a couple of years ago when people were saying that the Beatles ripped off Justin Bieber.
What?
There was a literal thing where like they were saying like he should sue the Beatles for copying his song.
I do know
These were all girls, right?
I do know there was a joke
No.
about that with David Bowie during a one of his concerts, because it was one of his songs he wrote, and I think Kurt Cobain sang it too.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I can't remember which one though.
Oops.
There's a lot of those, but
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's like, yeah, these people, like what we said, there's no linear time. They just think that everything's always existed the way it was.
Actually,
Like-
when did the remastered collection come out? Didn't it come out
The
before
Master
Ender's
Chief
Game?
Collection?
Yeah, the Master Chief Collection.
It came out before Halo 5, so
Yeah.
2014?
14 was Halo 4. No, wait, Halo 4 was 2012. Wait a minute.
No, yeah, that was 2012, and then Master Chief Collection came out.
All right.
That included all 4 games.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
2014?
Yeah.
Am I getting it right?
2014
Or
is
am I
right.
getting it wrong? Come on, hurry up.
Yep,
It
you're right.
probably is.
November.
Is that the?
November
I just wonder
17th.
if that's the reference she's thinking or whatever.
Because it came out 2014, so that means it's copying Ender's Game.
It's like, but these are remastered from the original games.
All right. Let's keep
Yeah,
going.
but that requires me knowing what remaster means, and I'm a communist, so my knowledge is limited.
Okay, I looked it up. Master Chief Collection came out in 2014.
Yeah. All right.
Oh!
It came out a
Hawk was
year
right.
after. Yes.
Yeah, and it's your fault too.
Here is Mike Testa, of course. Bringing Kingdom
Oh, God.
Hearts back into equation is why.
What?
Like the letter
Sorry?
Y. As
Sorry?
the variable Y in a algebra equation. I don't know how.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, these questions are too big brain for me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Pi squared.
I thought you were the
to power
translator,
3
I
X.
I wish there
Look,
was.
my minuscule intellect shivers in the depths of Mike's mind.
If there was someone to like edit his work before he could publish it, that'd be great, because I don't know 65% of what he's saying.
I want somebody to like go through our Smudcast and find all Mike Testa's super chat and just make a book. And
Oh,
each
that'd be
sentence
great.
is a super chat, and you just read it all in one go. Like there's no paragraphs or chapters. It's just one continuous.
Hey,
run on.
it'd be better than most books
favorite,
out there.
my favorite chapter was ear cancer, China, go 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 go.
Yeah.
It will be a new Nostradamus edition.
Anyway, let's go.
Aliens was taken from Starship Troopers because it was cool looking. All the military fetishization and
Aliens was taken.
Fetishization of the military. What?
Okay, so Aliens the movie was taken from the book Starship Troopers? Starship Troopers came out after Aliens, I know that much. But
I don't know what she's going on about.
if you're referencing the book,
Just go back. Let's see what she says there.
And finally, badass soldiers dropping from orbit to kill aliens was taken from Starship Troopers because it was cool looking. All the military fetishization.
cool looking.
Military.
Oh my god, are you complaining that they took that reference from Starship Troopers, but they didn't include Starship Troopers' plot? You thick cunt.
Are you complaining that I have drop pods?
Wait a second.
No, she's complaining
just drop pods.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, orbital warfare.
Wait, slow down.
Hold on. I've got this. She is complaining that they take these small references, but they don't reference the entire plot of the thing.
All right. Okay, that's one problem. Secondly, when you describe something in a book, you don't say how it looks. You say how it sounds or how it reads. You never say, yeah, when I was reading about this, he looked like a... It's like, no. You describe
This person never read a book.
That's not true. I've read all the Harry Potter books.
Oh, those are my favorite.
They're on par with
Don't
Agatha
want
Christie with their
about movie
mysteries.
references.
I think
when I read
movies
Starship
only.
Troopers, the images I had in my head had nothing to do with what the movie looked like.
She's only referencing the movies.
If I had,
or at least it seems like it.
For some magical reason I would be a somewhat decent movie maker, my Starship Troopers would have looked entirely different from what you've seen on screen. But that would be true for most people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's imagination is a bit different.
I
Oh,
always
is
remember, yeah, I always remember. I've got the full collection of Sharp books by Bernard Cornwell, which I go through quite a lot, and I love those books more than the TV series because my imagination with how things are written in it is a lot better than what a TV show could do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bit like if there's a reference to something, I go no. One like in okay, this is how this argument's going with this person. In Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings, Sean Bean as Boromir puts his finger on a sword, right, and says "still sharp," which is a nod and a reference to him playing sharp. Now, if I was this person, they would be complaining that, well, it didn't have the entire plot of the Sharp series in it, so it's rubbish. No, it's just a reference. It's just a fucking
part
reference.
where this here is complaining that not the entire plot of the reference is shown. Where was that being said or complained about? I keep missing
Just
that.
Just now. And just back again when they're talking about the things that look from Ender's Game. Because they're not including the nuances in the plot and the plot of these certain things with their references.
Yeah, but it's because it's its own plot. That's the point.
Yeah, it's just a reference. It's just an Easter egg.
Or can there be new things if everything has to be an imitation of something old?
I really
not allowed to divert from
I
that.
just want to know whether she gets the references of the thing properly right, because I am confused. I have to assume the book. I have to, but I really don't think she read the book.
Because otherwise, if it's the movie of Ender's Game, then she's so wrong. It's baffling.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Mike Testa. Okay. David Bowie ripped off Yoshikage Kira. Really? he does look like him. I don't know what came first in the manga.
Hold on, let me remind.
When did that come out?
I want to Google that.
So that was
ripped off almost everything, as far as I remember.
Well, I think JoJo, was inspired by just about everything 80s. So that was after Bowie's.
Oh my god, yeah.
After Bowie's.
Bowie was like early 70s to late 70s.
Well, he had phases, right? So depending on which phase of his style, and I think during the 80s he was
his Ziggy Stardust stuff is what everyone remembers Bowie.
That's the most popular one, but after that he had different styles, and they could have chose the non.
Oh yeah, I know that, but what I'm saying is like that's the one that everyone usually.
Right, that was definitely the 70s,
as a reference.
right, or the 60s, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Early 70s.
Early 70s, right? Okay. I doubt David Bowie even knew of what JoJo was. So, anyway. One more from Mike Testa. I was bringing Kingdom Hearts jokes back. Why would you do that, Mike? Why would you? I mean, Alex has thankfully stopped doing that. Why would you even?
Wasn't it just Neptune?
Well, no. Alex Halo would do a bunch. Actually, no. Multiple people did the jokes because they like it as well, but it stopped for a good few months. And now Mike tried unsuccessfully to bring it back.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
No, you see, Mike is making a religious reference. He's reviving the joke.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
It's a Jesus
Christ.
Jesus has a halo.
I was just saying Jesus, but yeah, that too.
Just like SpongeBob, he has a halo too.
Oh, Jesus born is Jason Christ. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, let's go.
Vado and heroic music were brought in as well for much the same reason. What was not brought in was the satire. What was not brought in was how the movie uses camp to portray the absurdity of those elements.
That's not true,
Halo
though.
instead
Halo has
wants
satire.
those elements to be taken seriously. Calling military machismo
what?
absurd would take away from its cool factor.
No, it wouldn't.
Wow.
Why
really?
let-
You were right, Hawk. Hawk was always right.
There's
the
plenty
hell?
of good jokes in Halo. Like, there is satire.
Hey, I'll give you a bit of advice. Stick with me, kids. You'll go far when it comes to getting things right.
It's nonsense.
What's that the one conversation in ODST where like how did that go? When you find yourself a woman, make sure she has balls. Like that's the type of dialogue that Halo had.
Yeah.
I notice here's a thing for our famous pattern recognition topic. So what I take from this is this video maker he is complaining that Halo is not a satire somehow. And what this reminds me of in regards to pattern recognition is that everything SJWs make seems to be making fun of itself. Not necessarily in a form of satire that is funny, but everything they make just seems to be a bad parody of the original. Whether it's Ghostbusters 2016, whether it's Thundercats Raw, whether it's whatever else they come up with. Nothing they do is ever serious. And they don't understand actual jokes, they only understand condescending humor. And maybe absolutely blatant satire. Or maybe they only understand that Starship Troopers, the movie, is satirical because someone told them. Not because they figured it out by themselves, because these people don't actually have any sort of humor.
You may be onto something.
And plus, when you say
totally.
something is this or that genre, it's like, well, you still have to show the instance of that reference. So, what is satirical about Starship Troopers? Give me a scene. Give me a dialogue. Give me whatever. Like you have to show it.
Oh, easily the adverts that sporadically appear during the "Would you like to know more?"
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's so over the top, and it's quite clearly meant to be propaganda.
Right.
But it's so blatantly propaganda.
They
No,
keep-
I'm just giving it.
They keep doing it over and over. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But you have to actually watch
I'm
the
doing
show.
my part. I'm doing my part. Or that really crazy woman when those kids are stamping on the bugs.
Yeah.
When she laughs, it's just like, oh my god.
All right. See, we get it because we've actually watched it and we might have actually read the book, although the book is different, obviously, than the movie.
I love the movie. I think it's an underrated classic.
Yep. Lots of great production
Once you
value.
get into it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's really really good, and I like the corny acting because it's just so out of place in what's happening. Like people getting their heads cut off, and they're like, oh no. Dizzy, no! God damn it!
Here's Mike Testa again. Because Kingdom Hearts is light. Now I'm a bit confused here because 2 super chats up you said Yoshikage Kira, and that's a different character. And as we all know, in Death Note, Kira's alternate name is Light.
Yes.
So what are we talking about now, Mike? What is Light?
Smud, you're thinking too hard about this.
No, I'm not.
Light is the Halo.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going with the name, not a adjective or modifier. Anyway.
Told you you were thinking too hard about it.
Yeah.
Let your mind go.
Anyway. Joe Crazy.
Let go of the past.
I could start spamming Kingdom Hearts quotes again if you want, just like old times. No, thank you, Joe. I forgot who did it, and it was you. But we're good. We wouldn't get them
Joe,
anyway.
We don't want to ban you.
We wouldn't know what the hell you'd be saying. I mean, Mike is confusing enough. You'd just be like, huh? What? Anyway. 2032. We're doing all right. We're doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's afraid. It's afraid!
By taking only the elements that they thought were cool, Halo separates those elements from their context, and so separates them from the point their original works were trying to make.
It's a reference.
Shows a toxic...
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I keep trying to press pause at the same time you are. No. I press it at the exact same time as Smud. So he presses pause, I press play. I'm like, oh, great.
I thought you guys were having a war.
Yeah, that happens. Happened to me a couple of times too. It's a thing. It's
yeah.
Part of the game.
It is literally just a spaceship dropping out of another spaceship.
She is really.
It's a aesthetic reference. That's all.
This
doesn't have to connect to the fucking story of
this
the game.
premise. The entire premise she has is that because this reminds her of a scene or whatever, or was supposedly influenced by another thing, but they didn't take everything from that other thing. They only took this one thing, and it maintains some other. It's like this is a weird house of cards.
If you want, you can call it inspiration.
How can you look at a ship dropping out of another ship going, oh, there's no satire here. They expect it to be serious. God, I'm not interested anymore.
It's like saying, I saw Hawk make a chocolate cake, so I'm going to make a cake, but make it vanilla lemon. And you say, well, you just watched Hawk make a cake, but you substituted a different flavor. And it's like, what? No, we both have to make a cake. It's our class. We're both doing a cake. What are you talking about? I wasn't inspired by Hawk.
Has this person? I know the answer is no, but has this person ever? So not read anyway, but never seen anything MechWarrior. They have dropships, and they have dropships from which they drop several dozens of tons heavy mechs from. Is that the same? Is that a Starship Trooper reference or something? Because it's we have a dropship. Oh. Like what?
Doesn't one of the Call of Duty games do that, where they drop ship in the space game or whatever they did?
It's all that these dropships are is basically power troopers from space.
Killzone knows that too, I think.
This is just.
Oh shit.
What a stupid video this is.
And it just goes on with these pointless examples. Like,
I don't look. When I play Halo, I don't want the plot of Starship Troopers, Aliens, and Ender's Game in it at the exact same time. I'm playing it for the plot of Halo. Or, in fact, I'm not even playing it for the plot. I'm playing it to shoot aliens.
What I see here is the pattern recognition and conclusion ability of a child.
There's something okay, like you can describe things as rule of cool, but to then say, well, it was stolen from this other piece of media, you're like, okay, can you prove that? And instead of proving that, you say, well, they didn't steal this, and they didn't steal that, and they didn't take this theme. You're like, wait a second, how do you know they stole it then? If they only took one thing out of those 10 different things that they should have also taken.
Yeah.
It's a strange argument.
God, Halo.
I don't even know what the argument is.
Halo is copying Starship Troopers because ships drop out of other ships.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's plagiarism. They're just completely copying the whole plot of Starship Troopers. But they're not. They're just...
Look, there's flying bug aliens. It's obviously Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from 2013.
Fallout.
This 2007 game ripped off the 2013 movie.
Oh my god.
How far does this rabbit hole go? Let's keep going.
We haven't even got into Islam yet, so
that's just about Islam, and we're talking about copying off of each other's work. I'm not sure how this.
I'm really curious how this is all going to
Islam
tie
did
back
copy
to
off of
Islam.
other religions. So
I mean, I'm just wondering behind the scenes how she made this video. Just how it all was supposed to connect.
Yeah, it's like, how does this come back to Islam? I'm really curious.
That's why I said this is how the pattern recognition of a conspiracy theorist works. And I mean the real deranged ones, not the ones who do investigative journalism and find out the true dark plots of corrupt people. But
Not like Jesse
the people,
Ventura.
but those who just go off completely off the rails, bonkers.
Anyway, let's try
Alex
and
Jones.
let's try and get halfway done here because I'm getting tired of this. And
yeah.
Oh, you don't like this woman?
is it? I'm even questioning my sanity if this is a woman. I know it says she's a woman, but it doesn't sound like. Anyway,
It's at best a trans woman.
Okay,
Trust me on that.
Okay.
It's a person.
My ears don't lie to me, but even I'm like, I'll be nice, but it's like it doesn't sound like a woman. I don't know.
Women do not get this kind of voice.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, women do not sound like
Ender's
me.
Game shows how dehumanizing people leads to thoughtless slaughter, and Starship Troopers captures the absurdity of the idea of a glorious military.
Yes.
And by taking from those works without taking in the meaning of those works, Halo culminates
Oh,
in
shut up.
replicating.
Okay, again, the premise is that they stole from these other works, therefore they didn't do the complete job of taking the philosophy of design and theme from those works. It's like maybe they didn't take from those works.
Maybe it's just its own
reading
thing.
a lot. She's reading a lot into a fucking dropship. Let's not forget this is just about a fucking dropship.
Ender's Game reference.
This
A
video game
dropship.
copied the movie.
Yeah, a dropship, some guys wearing military uniforms, and a bug that flies means that Halo must copy all the thematic themes of 3 separate movies into one.
And it must
Along
not be
with the-
original in any way.
This is
along with
so
its own
dumb.
themes.
And the bug that
No,
flies
what
is
is-
an
hey,
Ender's
And the
Game
military are
reference.
assholes and they're fetishized apparently.
Yeah, and what this tells me is that this person only knows the world through a couple select movies.
Yep.
And has never been out in the real world.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thus also has absolutely no clue about military culture.
Yes.
Yeah,
And this person wants a
military
communist
bad?
revolution to make society better. A society that this person knows absolutely nothing about.
You know what? If you were a guru at studying sociology and government and economics and all, you had degrees in so many areas, and you could make the argument that you can plan out society. If you can prove that, I'd be like, wow, that's amazing. You know what? If you die, it all goes to ash. All your fantasies about a revolution, making an orderly society would be toast because no one could understand your ideas. They're too complicated. And I'm not saying it's impossible to have a structured society where everything's planned out and all the systems are in place to do that, but I haven't seen that yet. Plato's Republic.
Yeah, that would require an AI run
It
society.
would be extremely
I'm not sure
sophisticated.
that's a wise idea.
Yeah, like even
because
Plato,
you don't know how an AI thinks. You can't even imagine how it thinks.
even the complexity of Plato, or the simplicity rather of Plato's Republic, which I like, I can see huge problems with, just in practicality. As much as I appreciate and love I'd love to see someone experiment and try that. It will never ever happen because you'll need a bunch of people to give up money and wealth and live in poverty just for the sake of the betterment of society. Like,
oh, it's not simply giving up money. It is giving up value.
well, it's a bunch of things in Plato's Republic you have to do to be
The way. Oh yeah. Okay, you were about Plato's Republic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. So it would be very like you would have to have these philosopher kings walking around in poverty every day, and their entire motivation would be, I want to help people, and I want to learn and be wise and be the best I can be, and that would be their entire motivation, which is awesome, right? Sounds great, but Reality? No, not going to happen. You're going to starve. You're going to get hungry. You're going to want food. You're going to want clothing, and then it's going to keep going up and up, up and up. So it is possible, but again, too impractical. And that's the core of Plato's Republic. All these philosopher kings walking around, and it's all like a religion to these guys, and you can't see your children if you even have children. There's no attachment to anyone else. It's like, this is weird. So even with that, as brilliant,
it sounds like Jedi without the fun.
Oh yeah, it's pretty interesting. Plato, as brilliant as he was, could not foresee human behavior, the future of human behavior.
What if the philosopher kings have the Force?
It sounds like you didn't even understand current human behavior.
If we had the Force, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, obviously we have to do this. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stop, Plato! It's not the philosophy way.
It's not the Socratic method. What are you doing?
You were meant to destroy the smartness, not join it.
Yes, well. Here's some super chats. Let's keep going. We'll try for halfway mark because this is, silly.
No, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. Cyrek, hey, plagiarism and inspiration are not the same thing. This person would understand that if they actually looked up the definition. I think if they studied art for a week, they would understand that very quickly. You want a really good example of plagiarism? The Witcher. Okay. By the way, you're welcome for the video. Oh, this is your plan? Your idea? Thank you, Cyrek. Oh.
Thanks, Cyrek.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this person dreams has 2 or 3 dreams. One is the communist revolution. That's bullshit. The other is journalism.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a journalist, there's 2 ways to go about it. Number 1, university. You can study journalism. Number 2, read up on a press codex. Germany has a pretty decent one, although it's not upheld very too well these days. But yeah, read up on a press codex of your choice. I refer to the German one in this instance, and then just grab, as I said in the beginning, grab a camera, grab a microphone, and go and interview people, and do the legwork, do actual journalism, and be objective as possible. That's a goal.
No, we need to conform the narrative.
Then you are not a journalist, then you are an activist, then you are a propagandist. That is the opposite of a journalist.
Here is
the narrative, Wes. Think.
Here is Great Scott. Her argument is not a natural formation, and that's a quote from Cortana. Is it? I have no idea. Okay,
very sexy.
It's a reference to the Halo array.
All right. Here is.
Yeah, it's not a natural formation.
Here is Mike Testa. A real leader knows that destiny is beyond his control and accepts that. Master Xehanort.
Oh, that's a Kingdom Hearts reference.
Oh no!
You started it. You
Mike.
gave him ideas.
No.
It's not going to end.
You think I gave Mike? I
hope it never
You
ends.
honestly think I influenced Mike's thinking?
You gave them a cue.
There's no way.
Not just him.
In my tiny
Look,
little.
Mike, just tell us. How does the Halo symbol relate to Islam? I want to know. Tell us, Mike. Your only hope.
Here's Joe Crazy. No, Joe, what are you doing?
That's what I told you.
What happened? What?
You gave
Kingdom Hearts.
Why are we regressing? This is not good, guys. I thought we learned from this. That we're on a team here.
I thought we were on a team here.
I believe you completely misunderstand the situation.
Oh God. Anyway, time for a Kingdom's Heart quote nostalgia edition. Right. Gosh, Tron, it's like a promise that we'll see each other real soon. That's from Goofy, of course. That wasn't so bad. That was okay. I'm okay. Didn't hurt my brain.
God, shut up, Donald.
Ron is in Kingdom Hearts.
Vladimir Dragunov.
Oh, this is Disney property.
Any bingos? We got a bingo in the first 30 seconds, so yeah, I think.
We got a bingo reason to have bloody description. So let's not.
All right, we're gonna go for 2 more minutes.
I'm a queer communist witch. Well, that's pretty much it. Just blind out. Yeah. Well,
I just need headcanon.
And my wife is a tranny communist revolutionary.
No. This year is the tranny communist.
Yeah, this one, but the other one's the witch. Yeah.
I forgot what the other one is.
Yeah.
I'm
Sadly,
a transgender lesbian.
as much as you want, a tranny cannot be a witch.
Really?
A tranny can't even be a lesbian. Let's just be honest here as well.
You know, a lot of the witch stuff requires all the moon and menstrual cycle bullshit, and we kind of don't have that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can't do the magic without the weird stuff.
All right, okay, I got you.
Well, why not?
I see where you're coming from.
She's a queer communist wizard. Then is that what you're saying?
One of those,
maybe a warlock.
One of those non-violent revolutionaries. I think. I don't know how that works, but anyway.
A wizard would imply some sort of wisdom. Might just say warlock.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, video.
I just say Morlock because that's what they remind me of.
Back to Islam.
Back
to Islam in Halo.
We didn't even get there.
I still want to know.
I really want to know. I'm so curious.
Okay.
The negative force those works were pushing against. Halo portrays the military as essentially just a bunch of bros hanging out and having good times. Everyone is having fun in the Marines, right?
What are you supposed to do all the fucking time?
Halo encourages the player to mercilessly
that guy fist bumped.
Forces because
okay, you know what?
No.
Hold on. Wait, what is he saying about the players?
Pull it back a bit. She talked about mercilessly killing the
Oh
enemies or
god,
something.
here we go.
Marines, right? Halo encourages the player to mercilessly wipe out levels on levels of enemy forces because they are the enemy. They are alien.
They
Anything
attack
purple
you
has got
first.
to be destroyed.
And they have plasma weapons that want to.
And finally, Halo romanticizes the idea of war. Heroic music swells as the player achieves feats of daring and bravery. What could be better than fighting the good fight for the sake of all of humanity in the face of such a terrible enemy?
You are the kind of person who wants to attack everyone who you label a Nazi.
Wait a second. What's wrong?
What the fuck?
What's wrong?
What is wrong with that?
What's wrong with having fun?
That's the other question. What the fuck is wrong here?
What
kind of critique is this? This is an action game.
Hold on.
This person's never been in the military. Most of the time, what you do in the military is sit around and wait. Stay in shape, train, and then sit around and wait. The actual combat action is very, very limited.
Also, Halo doesn't glorify any of this because all of the Spartans are like kidnapped children that have been experimented on.
But
like they went through horrifying shit to become what they are in the games.
But didn't she
no
just
one
talk
wants
about?
to be that.
Didn't she just talk about how it didn't take ideas or any other elements from Starship Troopers because that glorifies the military? So did it take that as well? Did it not? Like, what's happening here? It's a video game, and
yes, it did, but it did not. Also,
I think we're very close to the Islamic part of the video.
Hopefully.
Oh, so yeah, so all players hate Islam. Yeah, I get.
Now she's gonna talk about the Breaking Benjamin song in Halo 2.
Yeah, it rewards the player for being an Islamic.
Oh no, there's a song in Halo 2.
It romanticizes the military and fighting.
And fetishizes
it fetishizes it. It also
but it literally does.
Hold on. Yeah, I understand, but listen to where I'm coming from. When you understand what my
the
point
prediction.
is.
Let's hear it.
Right? So it romanticizes military. You must mercilessly kill the enemy because they're just the enemy, right? And you've been told they're just the enemy, so they must be bad, right? It's all fun and games. You're all bros in the army, right? This is literally going to lead into, anyway, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan at the exact same time.
Oof.
That's my prediction.
School
So anyway, jihad.
I honestly believe that's where we're going.
So anyway, I became a crusader. Is that what happened?
Yeah. So anyway, I decided to crusade the Holy Land, and
that's why
I
you're a
honestly
bad person.
see, I honestly see this is the route we're going down, and the minute you start saying it romanticizes the military, especially with the time period, I'm like, we're going to talk about Iraq, aren't we?
The most interesting part about this video is still like how we gonna come like full circle to Islam.
It's kind of funny.
Let me rephrase back. We're talking about Iraq because you Americans can't speak properly.
That's how it's gonna talk about Islam.
We usually, when we talk about romanticizing the military, we're talking about a period piece or a World War II sim or something like that. This is a space age futuristic sci-fi action game. How are we were romanticizing the space army? Like what? How does that even work? We can't romanticize something that doesn't exist.
Like I said, like in universe, it's like so far from the truth. Like it's not even funny.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Because the soldiers usually speak American, it must be the American army. Because UNSMC means nothing to communists. The U stands for United States of New Mexico colonialism. I don't know. I don't know. But we're heading.
Yeah,
very
it's
close
Islam.
to the,
It's Islamophobic or something.
All right, we got one more minute.
Muslim play this game.
One more minute before we can take a break and get on with our life to then do part 2 tomorrow or whatever we do. I have no idea.
yeah.
We might not want to. We might stop. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? That part was cool in Halo 2. Come on.
Oh, let's bring that memory.
The world of Halo
that
is
was
militarized
awesome.
and led by a fascist
Yeah, that was
regime,
great.
yet the games never truly criticized this. All focus
What?
is paid to defeating the
Does
Covenant.
it ever explain
The
it
evil
as
Covenant
that?
justifies
Or do you
the
just mistake
militarized
it for
fascist
that?
State. In Halo, all this
Wait a second. Let's rewind.
Can
I
we
only see the
rewind this,
military
please?
here.
games never
Right,
truly
hold on. Let's just listen to what you got to say.
Pull a bit more
Before we-
back, just like a few seconds.
Yeah.
The world of Halo is militarized and led by a fascist regime, yet the game
No, the UNSC is not fascist. That's incorrect. That's not true. The UNSC is not
militarized.
fascist.
Right, okay.
Militarized,
Militarized
yes,
isn't fascist.
but it's not
Doesn't mean
fascist. Like, is she equating
You
that?
are-
Is
you
like,
are in a
if,
state?
If you're
Yes,
militarized,
yes, she's
you're
equating it.
fascist?
Yeah, there's a big
Yeah.
difference between a military and a fascist political group.
Dictatorship.
Well, whatever you
Yes.
want to call it. Yeah, these are two different things. It's like
The
economics and any other group of like politics. It's like two different things.
Mhm.
They're interrelated, but you can't say they're the same. So
Yeah, because and at the end of the day, they're in a total war against a genocidal alien species. I'm just going to say species. I know there's numerous of them, but just to simplify it, they need to be militarized. Otherwise, they're going to all die.
Yes.
I don't. The Covenant are glassing planets, as in completely glassing them to destroy everything of humans.
And
No,
if they
in-
activate the Halo
this
rings,
is-
then literally everybody dies even then.
But regardless of that, they are glassing planets, killing everything on that planet, turning it into nothing. And you're meant to say, well, we shouldn't have a military to combat them. It should be, a communist utopia where we all just sit around.
Oh yeah,
hold
hold on.
hands and sing
Hold on.
Kumbaya.
She said.
Let's
you
take the
just
planet
shoot
glassing dick.
She just said you just fight the enemies mercilessly because they're the enemy. In the games, there's scenes where the Covenant kill innocent people, like they kill non-combatants.
Yeah, it seems like there's a reason
They're
to.
not. They're not just
oppose
the
them.
enemy.
It's almost like it's a
They actually
game, so you
kill
can have
people.
fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
The humans even tried to negotiate with the Covenant.
There's an
and it didn't
entire
work 'cause
book
the
about the first like relations where we tried to negotiate with them, and it escalated because we didn't speak the same language, and they just decided to kill us.
Yeah.
Like in Contact Harvest, which is the book where humanity first met the Covenant, they thought we had like a Forerunner relic, and they wanted to have it, but we didn't understand what they said, and so they decided to take it by force, even though we didn't have it. We didn't even know what they were talking about.
And then they realized, their computers were picking up not foreign relics, but actually humans as
Yes,
forerunners.
then they realized that the relics was us, humanity.
Yeah, and then at which point they said, well, we're going to have to wipe you all out.
Yeah, because you contradict what our narrative
So,
is, which is pretty funny.
We're not allowed to defend ourselves.
Yeah, so humans are not allowed to defend themselves because it might be militaristic, which equates to fascism. I mean, all those communist dictatorships had no armies.
The problem with this one is this: it's what I read from Orwell a couple episodes ago, is that this is the negative nationalism towards humanity of this person. Because if you, as these people, see Nazis everywhere, if the pattern recognition would actually work at the point that where the Covenant is just glassing planets to exterminate, to genocide humans, that should be the moment where this person goes on, the Covenant are the fascists. And we're trying to defend ourselves against that. That's what this person should realize, but it doesn't. But I don't fucking get it. This is always broken. It's always games? Does she even play? Yeah, that's also a good question because the message in the beginning was that she likes these games, but makes stupidest points. Yeah, makes the stupidest criticisms about it. I think it's a mix between what she really feels and what all this communist brainwashing tells her how to feel instead. And that's the conflict. And we see the doublethink in action. Like the one side is I love this thing, and the other side is I hate this thing, and it's the same thing.
You know, I wish I think you're probably right,
like
but
they can't.
I don't want to put words in her mouth because I don't think she's that intelligent compared to the other YouTubers.
What words have I put? What words have I put in her mouth?
That she has this capacity to think like that. I don't even think.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You don't have to lay. You don't have to lay the facts down like that.
I like how Smud tries to.
Sorry, that was just the mic explosion.
Yeah, I think Ken blew into your mic when you were laughing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, but what I laugh about is sorry, Wisp, go on, finish.
Yeah, Smart. I just want to understand is what do you mean with way of thinking that I.
Meaning, I don't think she understands, unless you're talking subconsciously. She's doing this.
Smart, you can stop.
What do you mean with this? You mean the double? When I say double think?
No. If that is a thing, she's not doing it. She's just not even close.
No. Double think is nothing you do consciously.
Jeez, even that is a little hard to grasp when you're talking about people.
Are you not familiar with the term double think?
No. Yes, but I don't think this person. When we're talking about people we've talked or reviewed before, or those that we've addressed, like in reference to their weird political views, are on the same level as them. Like she is definitely not there.
Doublethink has nothing to do with any sort of intellectualism. It's simply just a natural product of enough fanaticism and brainwashing.
Yeah, but what are you implying then through this doublethink that she's now thinking?
That there's this thing, which is Halo. And in the beginning says that she really likes this. No deeper explanation given. And then completely criticizes the thing at the same time to a degree that makes you wonder, how can you do that? Because the I would believe that the love for the games is the genuine feeling and the genuine sentiment, and all the critique makes no sense whatsoever. Is simply a product of the ideological programming.
Okay, but
and those two are in conflict.
That program,
but the brain has killed the conflict.
Yeah, I understand.
Because otherwise, the brain would fall apart and would need to choose a side, and it can't.
Would you
say
that's criticism?
That's on the same level I'm referring to, because doublethink implies having two contrary opinions of the same thing. Let's say, if I have
but without conflict. That's this is beyond cognitive dissonance.
I wouldn't even say
dissonance. It's a normal state of mind. Doublethink is a broken state of mind that comes after that, when the brain just gives up on.
Yeah, I don't even think she's at that state. I don't even think she's gone that far.
Should be held.
The thought process hasn't evolved to the point of, what am I saying? Does this make sense? It's, I think X. Oh, I also like this lesbian bitch who turned me into a girl, and I married her. Now I'm crazy, and I like ice cream. Like, that's as far as it goes. Okay, she's not like thinking in terms of
base.
Of this is the USMC.
I just love how you said that.
Like,
I don't think we're contradicting each other. I think we're just coming at the same thing from a different angle.
I think it's ignorance and stupidity more than it is doublethink. I think that's what I'm talking about.
I just like the fact that Wisp and Smud are having this really intellectual discussion about what they think, and I'm just here going, no, I think she's a fucking retard.
That's the highlight.
Wisp and I are trying to figure out.
I think we have a different understanding of doublethink, and my understanding incorporates yours as well. Doublethink is a thing that can simply happen from people who do not think much.
Right.
And once doublethink takes hold, people cannot think much, because if they did, the whole construct in their heads would fall apart.
Yes, because when I have we talk about Aristotle having the proper argument is someone who can hold two contradictory ideas in their head at the same time and understand them, so they can argue both sides and choose which one is.
No, that's not necessary for doublethink. That's not
what I mean. It's not doublethink. You could still have contradictory ideas and understand them and hold those ideas in the same time and say, okay, this is how this argument would play out when someone makes it, because I've already thought of that.
No, what you mean is entertaining thoughts and ideas. Doublethink means you believe both to be true.
Okay, you're going.
You believe X and not X to be true.
You're going to the example of Orwell in 1984, where you have to.
Yes, that is what doublethink is.
Right. I don't believe they are even cognitive of what we're. We might be talking about the same thing. I'm just describing it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Exactly.
I apologize. That was a big waste of
time. No,
read your Orwell. Read your Orwell.
It's been a while. I love Orwell. I really do.
It was more interesting than the video.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Anyway, we have one more minute to go. I got a bunch of super chats to catch up. I'm going to read them at the end, and then if we have some stream memes, we'll read those as well. Okay? So let's just keep going and get to 13 minutes and get on with life. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good to
criticize this. All focus is paid to defeating the Covenant. The evil Covenant justifies the militarized fascist state. In Halo, all this authoritarianism is saving humanity.
There is
and
no
by authoritarianism, I mean suppressing revolts in colonial states by kidnapping children, training them through childhood to be soldiers, forcibly implanting them with cybernetic and biological enhancements, and then giving the survivors a suit of armor. Instead of...
Okay, so a bunch of humans being desperate to win the war is fascism?
So the kidnapping thing.
Wait,
the
did
kids,
they actually kidnap kids? I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, that's how the Spartan program came to be. That's how they kidnapped a bunch of kids and replaced the kids with clones that died in a year, and they augmented them and shit, and a few died.
Yeah, but the thing is with that is it's just like one generation of Spartans were kidnapped kids, the rest weren't. That's why they're not.
Yeah, like
good.
Everything after the Spartan 2s was enlisted soldiers. Only the Spartan 2s were kidnapped kids.
Yeah.
That wasn't a very big faction, if I remember correctly, was it?
Well, most of the Spartan 2s died before they even became soldiers. They died during the process of becoming.
Okay, so a black
and after that, most of them died in Reach.
so a Black Ops
Oh, in Reach?
scientific sort of program to make a super soldier is not a political ideology or program.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just so we know what we're talking.
The series Halo itself even acknowledges that that was a really bad thing to do, but the humanity was so desperate that they needed them.
Yeah.
Yes, like that's where Oni
they
comes
lost.
in.
What was it? They'd gone from 800 planets, and then within 10 years, it'd gone to they're down to 50 or so.
Yeah, it's because the Covenant was advancing so fast, and we couldn't beat them just with
When they were doing a blitzkrieg.
Yeah, they would just turn up a planet, beat the small navy that was there, and then just glass the planet. They wouldn't even bother sending troops down.
The main thing for why the Spartans are so effective is because the armor itself is reverse engineered from the elite's armor with the shields. The edge that the Spartans have is because we reverse engineered what the Covenant had, and that's how we turned the tip in our favor.
Covenant essentially just wanted to get rid of the evidence that makes their religion look not favorably for their rule.
Yes, because if when it came to the point where inside the faction people found out that the light, which were the elites, they immediately came to our side, and they was what the fuck? They aided us because they were lied to, and then they tried to kill them as well. They tried to kill everyone who finds out the truth.
They tried to genocide the elites by using the brute, because the brutes.
Yes, they were trying to kill them alongside us because they found out the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got about 30 seconds left.
Okay.
The game justifies all this because it gives humanity a means of waging war. Hey, we'll call the kids Spartans because Spartans were kind of similar and Spartans were cool. Let's not think too much about it, okay? Oh,
wait.
What?
How do Spartans relate to Hitler?
Piece of shit.
Yes,
wait, hold on. Sorry, I missed
that. The Spartans that died?
Wait.
She flashed an image of Hitler when she talked about the Spartans.
Oh, she's gonna do the blue. She's gonna do the blue eye thing here, right?
Oh, cause they have the blue eyes.
Oh no! No.
Blue eyes?
No.
That's the connection?
Oh man.
I don't know.
Here we go.
Maybe it's got the eugenics thing.
Whatever.
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's just. Oh my god.
Show that they worked by turning their eyes blue. Wonder what that's
No,
about. Is that white supremacy?
Oh.
Oh my god. She's so stupid.
Whatever.
You know what?
I just on that note, I doubt the Greek Spartans had blue eyes. Very
Look, they
unlikely.
got blue eyes. Obviously, they are Nazi.
I just want to
Correct
know.
me if I'm wrong, but that sounds very
What does
unlikely.
Spartans or the Greek tribe have anything to do with Hitler? I just don't.
Because
There's no way.
Because allegedly they killed young.
Hawk, do you know?
For
What do I know? Do I know what this woman's fucking nuts? Yeah. I
No,
know
the
that.
connection. I don't know too much about the Spartan history.
Well, there's nothing
Okay.
connecting Spartans and Aryans.
The only thing I can think of is the influence of Nietzsche to the German Nietzsche. Okay.
Yeah, Nietzsche.
He was all about the Übermensch, and that could have been an impetus for whatever.
The Nazi.
Yeah, but
it
was not for the Spartans.
No.
Oh God.
No.
Okay. I this is important. I'm sorry. This is important.
Okay. Sorry, Wes,
Nietzsche.
go ahead.
What? How did you phrase it? Influence?
The impetus, the cause,
Yeah. Okay, no. Nietzsche was not the cause. The Nazis looked for justification for their bullshit. And the Nazis deliberately misinterpreted Nietzsche in what he defined as the Übermensch or Overman, and the subhuman, the Untermensch. And the way Nietzsche described it is the Übermensch is the self-actualizing individual that is not dependent on anyone and thinks for himself. The subhuman, the Untermensch, is the dependent human who makes himself subservient and, well, dependent to anyone who gives him treats, essentially, like the ever Oedipal child. That was Nietzsche's definition. What the Nazis did was twist that and just take the word because it sounds very supreme and say, we will perfect our bodies and therefore make the ultimate super new human. And the communists, on the other hand, neglected the body and just went into this, we will socially engineer, because everything's socially engineered in their mad minds. We will just socially engineer the human into the new man, which Nietzsche also described as already a thing that was coming up during his time. This engineered new man was necessary to create in order to make communism work. The communists were aware that communism is impossible with humans as they are. Therefore, they are required to deliberately change, brainwash, socialize them, whatever is necessary in order to turn humans into not humans, into things that are compatible with the magical system of communism instead of making a system that works with humans and for humans. Which is why communism is inherently anti-human. So you have this concept that Nietzsche came up with, the overman and the subhuman, and both these ideologies, the brown socialists and the red socialists, made a different warping, a different twisting of it to suit their own ideologies. Nietzsche's idea of these terms sounds kind of makes sense. The Nazis' version does not. It's a bit like, forgive me the reference, the split in StarCraft between the Protoss and the Zerg as being the Zelnagas, the creators of the two races, of the perfection of the physical, of the body, and which is the Zerg, and the perfection of the mind, which is the Protoss. And it's kind of a similar. It is a bit of a parallel. It's a bit far-fetched, but I just found it funny. Yeah, but this whole Übermensch thing is completely twisted, and the Nazis do not hold the original definition of it. They hold a twisted version that is sick. And if you look at their whole ideology, what in Nietzsche's definition, the Nazis, as they act in itself very religious like all the other socialisms as well, what they actually create in their people are subhumans, Untermenschen. But the Nazis, with their race theory, defined subhumans as not Aryans. They made a race thing out of it, a pure physiological thing, if you will.
Okay.
While Nietzsche was talking essentially about maturity and the level of consciousness that you had, the order of consciousness that you have acquired. It's a completely different thing from the other two.
Right. Okay, so we can stop right here if you guys like. We can read some super chats, see some stream memes, call it a night. That will take some time. So
have some fun. Yeah, okay. Because this is
let's look at some memes.
Yeah, this broke my brain.
All right.
The video or I?
No, the video. Wes, you can never break my brain.
Yeah, here is the super chats. Here we go. Great Scott. She's clearly infected by the logic plague. Okay. Vladimir Dragunov. The fascism regime. That's a bingo and a shot. Yeah. Another one from Vladimir. I wonder why a society currently defending itself from a genocidal coalition is heavily militarized. Yeah. Who knew, huh? That's just weird. Mike Testa. Don't ever forget Wherever you go, I'm always with you. Okay. Kingdom Hearts quote.
Oh no, more Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
We're not so for a week.
Here's Mike Testa again. Take a look at this tiny place. To the heart seeking freedom, this island is a prison surrounded by water. So this boy sought a way to freeing himself. Thank you, Mike. That was beautiful.
More Kingdom Hearts.
Next time, just give us Bastion quotes.
Thank you, Mark. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Here's Mike Testa again. And open his heart to darkness. Okay. Vladimir. If anything, the aliens are closer to being Nazis.
Yes.
Yes.
Religious.
Sure. Yes.
Fundamental.
Yeah, the purpose of the game, yeah.
Fun game. Yes.
Blue eyes. People who have blue eyes.
Oh, yeah, blue eyes.
Yeah.
I don't fucking believe it.
Here's Vladimir again. Also, that was enough 5 bingos in a row. Are you kidding? You got 5 bingos. Which card do you have? I want to see that card, man. Here's Mike Testa for the last one. Quentin has a Kingdom Hearts video. Could you do it as a request? Put it in the suggestion section.
No.
Mike, where do you get all that money from?
In general,
I don't
not so
like
much.
Quentin. I do like his fan. His fan was interesting.
His
Anyway.
only fan.
Let me see if there are any.
What'd you say, Wisp? Did you say OnlyFans?
Yeah. No. I said that's his only fan.
Oh, sorry.
Singular.
All right, let's see what we got here.
That's much better.
Oh god, Bears made a Muslim Master Chief. I love it.
Oh, really?
He made an Imam Master Chief.
Here we go. All right, so this is from yesterday. Oh, would somebody please think of the children? Yeah, we're going to see more of this person on Wednesday. All right, here we go. Muslim Chief? Oh, my.
Bottom text.
We need a communist revolution. What happens after that? Oh.
This is
This
great.
That's great.
Error.
the blue screen is flipped.
Here is Valium Sadfem McGirlboss channel trailer. Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, is that the girlfriend or the wife? Or, yeah.
I have
Hello.
no idea,
Oh,
but
is
that name
my
streams
name
borderline.
From this.
I'm a
from
robot
the
girl
video
bimbo
game?
that lives
Oh,
inside the
that was the
internet.
crazy one.
I'm also
that was
your
the really
mother
weird
now.
one with the blue
I
hair
love
that
you.
spoke in a.
Brain not too
That's
good.
this person?
So I make
Yeah,
dumb
that's
sexy
her.
videos for
with
people
tonic
like
hair.
me. The best way I can describe my work is
Oh,
post-ironic
that's not embarrassing.
cyber-mediated hallucinations. Some of them are silly,
You want us to-
others are about how to find meaning in a meaningless universe, or how to be nice when everything sucks. All of them are meant to
I
ground
don't
you
want
in the
to.
current moment, to help you truly understand this
Sonic
world
there?
and your
What is
place in it,
happening?
to help you see through the matrix and find your way out.
Okay, that's enough. Dear God. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's not for human consumption, folks. You can go check it out if you like, but Valium Sadfem.
I agree with what Bear said with the meme there. I agree with that.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Quizzer Mateus. What is... This is not a war.
Esoteric batshit insane bullshit is
Just a peaceful revolution.
So relevant.
like I see Sonic porn, I see Antifa.
Yeah.
So this is probably there's probably a man behind this and
Oh,
using this
no.
as a voiceover.
I wouldn't be surprised. 23 of the History Channel. That's good.
Oh no, 23
That's
H.
H.
Oh H. Oh no, that's a sloppy seconds meme.
That's not a History Channel?
No.
Well, I
It's
think
H.
that's where the H is from, but it's about the H, not about the History Channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like the History Channel.
It's a Chad
It's
H.
it's a crossover meme.
The Virgin Fourth Crusader versus the Chad First Crusader? What? 2,000 retards at best. 60k man army. Come for loot. Charges against the Turks with his Norman friend. Can't read a map. Came for Jerusalem and loot. Okay. All right. It's a reference I don't get, but thank you.
The Crusades are a mess. That's an absolute mess. If you look at that, you figure, what the hell was this?
A Sesame Street.
Oh.
Why?
A Sesame Street. How did that?
Oh my god, that is great.
This is at the start of the video. How?
That was effort.
How did you? This took time. Yeah. All right.
Wow. Great.
Last one.
Great work.
I like the last one too.
This is Wisp. She rants about trans issues and communism. What else do you rant about? Just those two things. Just those two things.
This is from the Miles Morales movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how I'm Spider-Gwen. I'm like, oh, cool, very cool.
Hawk is the woman.
Oh, Hawk's a woman.
I like Radio being the bot.
Oh, is this because we said Hawk is thick? Is that why he's the woman?
Hawk's a blonde thick.
Oh boy.
Bear even went grayscale.
Yeah.
I like this. This is cute.
All right, guys. That was part one.
Wisp is black.
We don't have to do part two. We don't have to.
I'm blue.
We don't have to do part two tomorrow if you guys don't want. This is pretty much a nothing burger.
We didn't get to the Islam part.
I know.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested, but I'm like, I know it's going to be more retarded than it was before. Like,
yeah.
I'm fine either or. Like,
Well,
we don't have
yeah.
to watch it, but I still
Well,
want to know what she's
we need to
talking
figure out.
about
We need
with
to figure out
Islam.
what this has got to do with Islam as well.
Yes.
All right.
get back into Halo.
Well, have a break. Take it easy. Get a drink. Get an ice cream. Whatever you do. Maybe just a nap will do, or just go to bed. That's fine.
Live your life. Say hi to your parents.
Yeah.
Tell them you love them.
Mike Testa
you know.
sent a super chat. He wants us to continue watching the trailer.
Oh no, Mike.
Crazy
You could
person.
you could do that on your own.
No,
Mike.
On your own, by yourself, alone. Just.
Oh,
But-
thing is,
I don't
Go
want
nuts.
to see the
Go
Go
color
nuts.
trailer.
Watch it twice.
I'm serious. How that thing is allowed on YouTube is beyond my comprehension.
Well.
There's worse
Well,
things
there
on
is.
YouTube.
There is,
yeah,
yeah.
there's worse things.
I know.
Anyway, thank you guys. That was just about 3 hours. Thanks guys for being on the panel. That was fun. We lost Bad Boy. He had to go, but these things happen. So thank you for tuning in. We might do this again tomorrow. Same video. I don't know. Maybe not.
It depends. If there's another poll, it depends on what wins.
You know
Because
what?
if it's something
You know
crap,
what?
we'll do this video again.
I'll have the moderators do a poll for you guys saying, do you want to do this video tomorrow?
Wait, hold on.
What?
In actual Smudcast memes, there's now a meme about the fact that every time you repost this, a British person dies, and one of the things was keep re-rolling. Let's see if we hit Hawk. I'm like, why? Why?
Oh,
because you're too based, Hawk.
Anyway, folks, thank you for tuning in again. We'll talk to you real soon. Have yourself a good day. Bye-bye now.